Xiao Yi's consciousness was suddenly pulled from the dark alleys of reality into the virtual world. The damp musty smell of the black market still lingered in his nose, and the game controller in his hand seemed to be still slightly hot. In the blink of an eye, he was already in the novice village square of Hurricane Continent, surrounded by bustling players. The air was filled with the smell of soil and engine oil, and the roar of a chariot engine could be heard in the distance, like the roar of a wild beast. "Hey, new chicken! Get out of my way, don't block my way!" A burly player covered in oil pushed Xiao Yi, followed by several younger brothers, with a low-level crystal belt hanging around his waist, shining with a faint green light. The strong man's name is Mad Nyo, and his ID is well known in the village. He is one of the top 10 ruthless characters in Novice Village, and specializes in grabbing resources for newcomers. His younger brothers laughed loudly, their voices as harsh as metal friction. "Look at his tattered novice robe, he can't even get a basic tank, and he still wants to play racing? Go home and lick the screen." Xiao Yi gritted his teeth and stood firm, and the system panel popped up. Player, Xiao Yi, Level 1, Experience 0-100, Equipment, Novice Robe, Defense +1, no tank. Passers-by and players around were whispering, and some were pointing. Another unlucky ghost, being targeted by a mad bull, all his resources were robbed, and he had no place to cry. Xiao Yi was furious. He was originally a genius online game player. In reality, he got this mysterious controller from the black market by selling iron and steel. He thought he could soar into the sky, but as soon as he entered the game, before the controller was activated, he encountered these wolves. He glanced down at his right hand. The black market controller was disguised as an ordinary peripheral. It was trembling slightly in the virtual world. A secret underground network cursor flashed, black market connection successful. Unlock hidden functions, map mark sharing, resource prediction. The initial experience bonus is being activated. Xiao Yi's pupils shrank, and no one noticed the strange changes in his palms. At the edge of the square, the group of low-level mad wolves at the entrance to the wild area has been refreshed. The gray-furred beast has red eyes, and its claws are scratching the ground, raising dust. The system prompts, the low-level crystal mineral point has been refreshed. Killing the mad wolf can obtain 10 experience +1 crystal fragment. A group of new players swarmed up, but were intercepted by Mad Bull's team. They drove basic chariots, the engines roared, the tires crushed the grass, the blood bar of the mad wolf was instantly cleared, and the crystal fragments jingled into the bag. "Boss is mighty. This time we are attacking again." The younger brothers cheered, and Mad Bull Akimbo laughed. "Look at it, new chickens, all the resources in this village belong to our Mad Bull gang. Whoever dares to snatch it will be crushed to pieces." Xiao Yi took a deep breath, and the smell of earth penetrated his nostrils. He had no car and no equipment, so he would definitely die if he broke in. Passerby players shook their heads and sighed, "It's over, this kid is going to be wiped out." Some people even opened a bet he can't last 5 minutes. The taunts came like a flood. Xiao Yi clenched his fists, but suddenly felt the controller heat up, and the black market exclusive panel popped up in his field of vision. Resource prediction activation. The Mad Wolf King 50 meters ahead has a refresh rate of 87%, kill reward, 50 experience +5 crystal fragments plus hidden blueprint fragments. Opportunity. Xiao Yi raised the corners of his mouth slightly, pretending that nothing happened, and walked around the crowd, sneaking to the edge of the wild area. The pack of wild wolves roared, and the fishy wind blew in his face. He pounced on a lone wild wolf with his bare hands. The claws tore through the novice's robe, his health bar dropped by 20 points, and the pain spread throughout his body like fire. "Huh, die." Passers-by watched the excitement from a distance, and the crazy bull boy whistled, "The new chicken is looking for death." Xiao Yi rolled to the ground to avoid, and activated the hidden skill of the handle, black market experience bonus, kill experience +200%. He picked up a sharp stone on the ground and smashed the wolf's head. The system dinged, kill the low-level Mad Wolf, experience plus 30, plus 90 after bonus, crystal fragment x1. With only 10% of his health bar left, he gasped and pounced on the next one. The wolf claws scratched his arm, dripping with blood, and his vision was blurred. I can't hold it anymore, this kid is going to die. Passers-by started talking, and Mad Bull turned around to catch a glimpse, and sneered, "It's a waste of time, brothers, run over him." The engine of his chariot roared, heading straight towards Xiao Yi. Just when the health bar dropped to 5%, the controller buzzed, successfully connected to the underground network, the first map marker shared and unlocked, the precise coordinates of the low-level crystal mineral point. A red cursor appeared in front of Xiao Yi's eyes, pointing directly at a hidden Mad Wolf King deep in the grass. The giant wolf is huge, with a health bar as thick as 500. The crystal fragments all over its body are shining, and its fangs are dripping with poisonous saliva, and the stench is overwhelming. Impossible. Why is there a Wolf King there? A passerby player rubbed his eyes and screamed. The Mad Bull chariot braked, its tires sharply scraped against the ground, making a shrill scream. His eyes widened. Wolf King. Where did the boss come from in the novice area? Xiao Yi did not retreat but advanced. With the last blood volume, he jumped up and the handle automatically injected energy. The system critical hit prompt, black market prediction buff, temporary attack power plus 150%, critical hit rate 100%. The sharp stone hit the Wolf King between the eyebrows like a meteor, bang. Flesh and blood splashed, the Wolf King fell to the ground wailing, and a torrent of experience poured in. Kill the Mad Wolf King, experience plus 150, plus 450 after bonus, obtain low-level crystal x5, blueprint fragment x1. Level increased to level 3. Golden light enveloped Xiao Yi, his body lengthened, and his novice robe was automatically upgraded to enhanced leather armor, defense plus 10. The crystal jingled to the ground, blue light flashing. The square fell silent for an instant. The mouths of passers-by players opened in an O shape. Someone trembled, level 3. It was still 0 experience just now. What kind of monster is this? Mad Bull rolled off the chariot, his face was livid, and his legs were weak. 5 crystals. Dropped by the Wolf King. I only spent 3 crystals for an hour, and he has a whole family. The younger brother's eyes were as round as copper bells, and their teeth were chattering. Boss, there is something wrong with this guy's handle, it's a black market product. Xiao Yi picked up the spar, and the system panel flashed. Total amount of spar, 6, 10 is required to exchange for a basic tank. He looked around with a sneer, and passers-by burst out, awesome. The new chicken is incredible. Then the experience bonus, the full level buff, right? The black market boss is coming. In the midst of the commotion, a tall and lanky player approached, ID, Li Xiu. With sharp eyes like an eagle, he whispered, brother, are the controllers connected? I am also on the black market line, and the intelligence shows that you have shared the first mark. Join forces. There is a big cargo at the low-level mine ahead. Xiao Yi nodded, and the shared map popped up on Li Xiu's panel. The red mark pointed directly at the canyon outside the village, low-level crystal stone intensive area, refresh interval is 5 minutes, guarding elite wolves. The two quickly exchanged chariots. The engine of Xiao Yi's, black market modified tire, roared low, and when he stepped on the accelerator, the smell of burnt rubber hit his nostrils. Li Xiu followed up, the mark is accurate, predict the path of the wolf pack, and grab the mine core. The wind roared in the canyon, and the elite wolf pack rushed towards them, their claws were cold. Passers-by followed and watched the battle from a distance, and Mad Bull led a team to chase him. You dare to steal my territory. The chariot surged wildly, and Xiao Yi's controller flashed with prediction, weakness of the wolf pack, blind spot on the left wing, detour to grab the ore. He swerved hard, the tires skidding and raising dust, and he bypassed the wolves and went straight into the mine point. Ding ding ding. The crystal fragments rushed into the bag, +3, +4, +2, a total of 15. Li Xiu's eyes went straight. I'll go, 15 yuan. You can beat others for a whole day. This controller can be stacked infinitely. The elite Wolf King roared and charged at him, his mouth full of blood and the bloody wind hitting his face. The Mad Bull chariot arrived, aiming its muzzle. Die. The gunfire roared, but Xiao Yi dodged it with prediction. The chariot rolled over like a ghost. The Wolf King missed the target, but was accurately hit by Li Xiu's intelligence missile. System critical hit, kill the elite Wolf King, experience +300, shared by 2 people +600, crystal +8. Level up to 5. The canyon trembled, and golden light shot into the sky. The passers-by who were following him screamed and collapsed. Level 5. Number 1 in the server. Mad Bull was turned into a dog, and the chariot overturned and couldn't get up. These two are a combination of gods, the Black Market twins. Mad Bull collapsed on the ground, looking at Xiao Yi's back, his voice trembling like chaff. You, who are you? This resource prediction, full of picture cheats. Xiao Yi and Li Xiu's tanks raced side by side, their backpacks filled with crystals. The total amount soared to 30, enough to replace them with mid-level tanks. Li Xiu gasped and laughed, brother, this is awesome. This controller is connected to the underground network, and the tokens can be shared infinitely. We are 1 block ahead of the whole district. The air was filled with the smoke of victory, and the residual heat of the engine was hot to the touch. Suddenly, Li Xiu's panel flashed red, information update. Hidden deep in the canyon ahead, the professional trial area is opened. It is rumored that the only hidden charioteer profession in the server requires 50 crystals plus blueprint fragments. But the guarding boss is, the king of Cyclonus? Brother, are you going? Xiao Yi's eyes ignited wildfire, and the controller buzzed in response. At the end of the canyon, a hidden light door loomed, and the roar of the sky-shattering beast was heard. The hidden light door at the end of the canyon pulsed like a ghost, and the blue-purple light pierced the eyes, accompanied by the low roar of the King of Fury, like the roar of an engine in the depths of hell, causing fine gravel on the ground to bounce. Xiao Yi tightened his grip on the handle, and waves of heat came from his palms. The system panel popped up a requirement, professional trial site, Black Market Cyclone Master, which consumes 50 low-level crystals plus 1 blueprint fragment. Enter countdown, 10 seconds. He glanced at his backpack. There were only 30 crystals and 1 blueprint fragment, leaving a shortfall of 20 yuan. The air smelled of the damp moss of the canyon, mixed with the scorched embers of metal. Before he finished speaking, dust was flying in the rear, and Mad Bull's basic tank roared in with the younger brother's convoy. The gun barrels were still smoking, and the engines roared like thunder. Mad Bull jumped out of the car, his face mixed with oil and mud, twisted into a ferocious sneer. Hey, you 2 black market bastards. Gangxiu, I overturned the car, and now I can't move in front of the car door. 50 crystals threshold, who the hell can get it in Novice Village? Go back and lick the slag. Little brother, they gathered around, the crystals on their belts swayed, and they made jingling sounds. The boss is right. Rumor has it that no one has entered this light door for half a year. The boss is the king of madness, with a blood volume of over 10,000. Whoever enters will die. Look at their level 5, they don't have enough crystals, and the door can't be opened. It's so funny. More and more passerby players were following, crowding around the mouth of the canyon and whispering. Some people rubbed their eyes and stared at the light door. Hidden trial. The most searched legendary job in the entire server, Chariot Master, custom modification plus explosive speed, whoever takes off takes off. What a pity, these 2 black market goods have card resources, and the Mad Bull gang is blocking the door. Are you desperate? Bet a pack of crystals, they won't be able to hold the door open. Xiao Yi clenched his fist like a tide, and his nose was filled with the smell of dust and sweat. He caught a glimpse of the handle's cursor flashing, black market resource prediction, there is a small mineral vein hidden next to the light door. To dig, you need to fight off 3 waves of machine beasts, and you will be rewarded with crystal stones x25. Risk, elite. Opportunity is hidden in despair. Brother, we're missing 20 crystals. The trial door closed in a flash, and you missed the only hidden position in the server. Li Xiu's chariot stopped, and black smoke erupted from the tires. His eyes widened, and the information panel refreshed frantically. The surrounding mineral points have been cleared, and the pigs of Mad Bull have finished their work. It will take another 3 minutes to refresh. In the crack, darkness poured out like ink, and the first wave of machine beasts was refreshed, 5 armored scorpion beasts. The pincers clamped against the metal and the friction was harsh, the poisonous tail flicked and brought out a sour and rotten wind. The health bars were 800 each, elite level. The scorpion beast pounced, its pincers hit the chariot's guard panel, and the system dinged, vehicle damage -15%, speed -20%. Li Xiu's chariot was pinched and rolled to the ground. He got up and shouted, "Brother, the weak point of the pliers is the soft armor on the back of the neck." Passers-by watched from a distance, and there were comments through the cracks, "Going in." The Scorpion Beast group, the elite double team, the novice chariot can't handle it. The Mad Bull blocks the door, these two will be destroyed together, and the crystal dream will be shattered. Xiaoyi's blood bar dropped wildly, and the controller buzzed to activate, map mark sharing. The path of the Scorpion Beast is predicted, and the entire map is drawn with red lines. He swerved hard, the tires squealed and skidded sideways, he bypassed the blind spot of the pliers, and the sharp stone accurately hit the back of the neck. Bang bang bang. Flesh and blood spattered, and the first Scorpion Beast fell to the ground wailing. Kill the armored Scorpion Beast, experience +80, bonus +240, spar x4. Li Xiu's intelligence missile followed up, and a second headshot, +240 experience, crystal x3. The two of them cooperated smoothly. The third and fourth Scorpion Beasts flew into the air and hit the wall. The sound of metal shattering was deafening. The fifth Scorpion Beast swept forward with its poisonous tail. Join forces, brothers. Intelligence scan, crack on the left. Li Xiu growled, the red mark shared on the panel pointed directly at a secret crack beside the light door, and the crystal light pulsated deep inside. Xiao Yi stepped on the accelerator, and the black market modified tires roared. The smell of burnt rubber hit his nostrils, and the chariot shot into the crack like an arrow. Mad Bull raised his cannon with a ferocious smile, "You want to run away? I'll blast you to pieces." The cannon fire roared, and the flames illuminated the canyon red, but only gravel was blown up. Xiao Yi dodged in anticipation, and the car slid sideways and raised 100 meters of dust dragon. Ding ding ding. Crystal +20, total 50. The backpack is full, and the blueprint fragments shine. Shrouded in golden light, Xiao Yi's level soared to level 6, and Li Xiu's level reached level 5. At the end of the crack, the light gate pulsed faster, and the Mad Bull roared outside, "Impossible. Did they get the crystal? My intelligence network didn't show the mineral veins." The younger brother's legs were weak. "Boss, this controller predicts the future, it's a fairy plug-in." Machine battle. Intelligence scan, turn left in the blind spot of the track. Li Xiu shouted, and the chariot rushed to avoid the net, but was hit by the laser, and the car body melted -25%. Passers-by peeked through the cracks in the translucent door and screamed, "Laser net, novice cars will evaporate directly. They are going to be cold. The Mad Bull is blocked outside, it will be a dead end if you go in." Xiao Yi's handle mark flashed, "Boss weakness, track joints, attack speed explosion point has a 3-second cooldown." He injected energy, speed burst buff, speed +300%, lasting 10 seconds. The chariot rushed across the track like lightning, sparks flying from the friction of the tires, and the joints were smashed after going around. Boom! The tracks were broken, the Wolf King roared, artillery fire was fired, the cave trembled, and gravel rained down. The light door suddenly opened, with suction like a black hole. Xiao Yi and Li Xiu's chariots merged in, and the cave inside the door suddenly opened up. The metal track was winding, the walls were engraved with ancient runes, the air was filled with the smell of engine oil and arc burnt, and in the distance the boss king of Cyclonus was entrenched, the giant mechanical wolf king, with a health bar of 15,000, the tracks of its limbs roared, and the muzzle of the gun flashed with red light. The second round of mechanism triggers, the laser net sweeps across, the red line hits the ground like a whip, and the sizzling electric current smells pungent. The third round of mechanism bursts, the ground cracks, flames are ejected, the heat wave burns the face, and the air is distorted like an illusion. The Wolf King charged up and sprinted, the tracks roared and hit him. Brother, the intelligence shows that the flame gap is 0.5 seconds. Li Xiu's car was charred and his speed plummeted. Mad Bull laughed wildly outside and came in, burned to ashes, black market dog. Xiao Yi gritted his teeth, the handle accurately marked the path of the flames, the ghostly chariot passed through, and the burst of speed penetrated into the core of the Wolf King. Now. The blueprint fragments automatically fuse, and the weapon transforms into a black market pulse cannon. Boom. Attack the weak point directly and clear the health bar, kill the king of Cyclonus, experience plus 5,000, bonus plus 15,000, obtain blue rare suit, Cyclonus leather armor, defense plus 50, speed plus 30%, tank custom blueprint X3. Career awakening, black market cyclone master. Li Xiu assisted in scanning, weakness exposed, critical strike window opened. The missiles fired continuously, and the health bar dropped by 2,000. The Wolf King counterattacked, clawing at the ground and raising dust, the fishy wind and electric arc hit his face, Xiao Yi's health bar was only 30%, and the pain was like an electric shock. Hold on. A passerby collapsed, the health bar bottomed out, the boss is seconds away. Hidden job is ruined. On the edge of despair, the controller connected to the underground network, Black Market Experience Stack X3, temporary immortality buff activated. Xiao Yi counterattacked and killed a wave of small machine beasts, and a torrent of experience poured in, reaching level 7. Suddenly, a beautiful figure flashed out from the side passage, Luo Li, a beautiful player with a shining ID, long hair like a waterfall, and a tight-fitting jersey that outlined perfect curves. She was driving a semi-broken tank, with only 10% health bar and traces of flames all over her body. She had just been severely injured by the mechanism. Her pretty face was pale, but her eyes were firm. You have passed 3 rounds. That handle, marked prediction, exclusive to the black market. It turned out that she had passed the trial alone, but got stuck in the 3rd round, and the laser network was almost destroyed. Xiao Yi nodded to share the mark, and her chariot followed. The 3 of them worked together to touch up the Wolf King's tail blood, and Luo Li's missile was accurate, plus 2,000 experience. The moment she passed the level, her beautiful eyes widened and she stared at Xiao Yi's handle, this connection, the underground network. The prediction of the crystal mine is so accurate that I won't see it for a day. The whole server system announced a bombshell, ding. Player, Xiao Yi, awakens the hidden profession, Black Market Cyclone Master, the only one in the server. Unlock the tank customization system, and the speed attribute is ahead of the times. The square of Novice Village was boiling, passers-by players were petrified, and their mouths were open and closed. Full server announcement. S-level hidden job, Black Market Mutation. The 2 gods in the canyon just now, are they? Level 7, a set of blue equipment, Mad Cow Cry Fainting. Professional attributes exposed, custom modifications plus 50% explosion speed, the guild is going crazy. Guanyo slumped outside, his face as white as paper, his legs twitching, black market cyclone master. My dream of being in the top 10 is shattered, this monster rules the village. The younger brother's teeth chattered, boss, run, he kicks the accelerator, and our whole family will be killed. The light door of the cave slowly closed, the smoke of victory filled the air, and the blue uniform shone dazzlingly. Luo Li gasped and came closer, the fragrant wind filled her nostrils, and the system friend invitation popped up. Luo Li applied to add a friend. She whispered, her voice as charming as a clear spring, "Handsome guy, the controller is awesome, mark sharing is invincible." The next wave of black market racing competition, the server-wide black network is opened, the prize pool is tens of millions of crystals plus magical equipment blueprint. Are you going? Our alliance, sweep the track. Xiao Yi raised the corner of his mouth, the controller buzzed in anticipation and flashed the red mark of the track. His ambition was raging. This is just the beginning, the whole server will tremble under his tires. Golden light shot into the sky, the system suffered continuous critical strikes, and the cave shook violently. Xiao Yi's body was elongated, his leather armor was wrapped with blue light, his chariot was upgraded to customized black market falcon, his engine roared like a dragon, and his speed attribute reached the top of the server. Li Xiu gasped and got up, eyes as wide as copper bells. "Brother, black market cyclone master. Hidden S-class job, customization plus speed burst, invincible acceleration in the whole map. I have never mentioned this mutant version in the intelligence network." His suit also flashed blue, upgrading the auxiliary. The light door of the cave closed with a bang, and the aftershocks made the canyon walls buzz, gravel rained down, and the air was filled with the pungent smell of arc-burnt metal and molten metal. Xiao Yi jumped out of the black market falcon chariot. The blue light leather armor illuminated his whole body like the god of war descending, and the residual heat from the engine steamed and hit his face with a heat wave. Players outside came in like a tide, their eyes were as round as dead fish, and their mouths were wide enough to fit into their fists. Some people rubbed their eyes and screamed, the black market cyclone master himself. Level 7, first in the whole server, a blue suit that blinds the eyes. Falcon chariot, customized blueprint, speed attribute over 200, who can catch up? Worship the master. The wave of worship was like a tsunami, but mixed with sour taunts. "Oh, it's just a novice village. No one has been killed in the Gale Canyon dungeon yet. The boss has 30,000 health, meteorite rain plus lightning chain. Enter and wipe out the whole group." That's right, the Mad Bull boss just said that these two black market dogs will overturn sooner or later. No matter how good the profession is, the dungeon mechanism will kill you. Li Xiu gasped and climbed onto his intelligence tank. The blue light of the auxiliary suit was wrapped around him. The panel refreshed the surrounding hot searches frantically. "Brother, all the players are targeting us. The first dungeon of the novice village, Wind Canyon, has been opened. It is rumored that the hidden epic tire has dropped. The server guild is going crazy, and the first kill reward is X10 experience plus exclusive buff. But the door is full of people, the crazy bull remnants plus individual miners, all the resources are wiped out, whoever enters will be outflanked." Luo Li's chariot engine followed with her long hair flying, fighting tight. The curves under the robe are exposed, and the pretty face is still red with flames, but the beautiful eyes sparkle with excitement. "Share the mark, handsome guy. I have information about the Wind Canyon. The entrance is at the east vent of the canyon, a chain trap, the meteorite hits the car in seconds, and the lightning chain locks high movement. But the reputation of the first kill is worth a lot of money, alliance, right? The system friend has been connected, the team invitation pops up, the 3-person panel is connected, and the controller buzzes to activate, map mark sharing, full path prediction of the Wind Canyon, trap red line drawing, risk rating, hell." At the wind outlet on the east side of the canyon, the wind roared like the roar of beasts, the gravel whipped the cheeks and hurt, the dungeon light door pulsated with blue light, hundreds of players surrounded it, the chariot engines roared, and someone raised a cannon and threatened, "Get away. This dungeon resource, I will go first. Come on, it's not the black market bastard's turn to be the first to kill." The leader is the Mad Bull boy, ID Iron Bull, aiming at the gun barrel of the basic tank, the individual players behind are whispering, staring greedily at the light door. I heard that the epic tire, Scythe of the Wind, the speed plus 100%, equipped to dominate the novice village. But the boss, the Storm Eagle King, has a thunderstorm in the burst stage, with a blood volume of 32,000, and a defense of over 1,000. I tried 10 groups on the whole server, and they were all wiped out. The 3 of them. They are laughing to death, they are blocked to death, mocked like a knife. Tianyu raised his cannon with a ferocious smile. Black Market Cyclone. The boss said you were just lucky. There is no solution to the dungeon mechanism. Squeeze the crystals dry and go in and feed the meteorites. The cannon fire accumulated energy, the red light was dazzling, the tide of players retreated, and the smell of gunpowder was strong in the air. The corners of Xiaoyi's mouth slightly raised, heat surged into the palms of the handles, and the tires of the falcon chariot roared and charged up. Brothers, get on. As soon as he stepped on the accelerator, the speed exploded to 300%, the rubber was scorched and black smoke filled his nostrils, the car body shot out like a black shadow and lightning, skidded sideways, raised a 100-meter sand dragon, and crashed directly into the Iron Bull racing team. Bang! The pulse cannon pre-fired, the blue light tore the air, the Iron Ox chariot's front guard exploded, and the system dinged, vehicle damage minus 60%, speed reset to 0. Tianyu glared and vomited blood, his voice trembling. This speed, predicting dodge. My cannon lock failed. The younger brother's convoy was in chaos, the tires skidded and smashed into discus, and the players screamed and scattered. Monster. One cannon destroys a car, black market handle plug-in level. Don't block, the dungeon door is open, they want to get the first kill. Luo Li's healing halo unfolded, white light shrouded the team like fog, and the health bar was full. Li Xiu's intelligence missile locked on the back row, mark the red dot, scatter and clear the field. The missiles rained down, and the explosion flames reflected the canyon, and screams continued. 3 chariots rushed into the light gate side by side, the world was spinning, and the Gale Canyon in the dungeon suddenly unfolded, the cliffs were cut like knives, the strong wind rolled up a 1,000-meter sandstorm, and the vision blurred into yellow mist. Meteors rained down in the distance, and the boom was deafening. Each meteorite has a health bar of 5,000, and it will evaporate when it hits. The handle mark instantly covered the entire map with red lines, and Xiao Yi roared, bend 15 degrees to the left, blind spot for the meteorite for 0.8 seconds. The Falcon tank slid sideways, the tires rubbed against the rock wall and sparks flew, the meteorite smashed into the air, and a 10-meter deep pit exploded on the ground. Luo Li's chariot followed closely, her beautiful eyes widening. The mark is accurate. This prediction, even taking into account the wind direction, knocked me 3 times when I was alone. Li Xiu's intelligence panel flashed wildly, second wave, thunder and lightning storm. Lock on high maneuverability, chain jump damage x5. Purple electricity whipped against the cliff, the smell of sizzling electricity was pungent, and the chains rushed towards the 3 of them. Players peeked out through the translucent gap in the light door, their faces were pale and their legs were weak. You're in. The meteor shower is all flashing. The black market mark, cheating. The lightning chain, the rookie card directly exploded. These 3 people are immortal. The ridicule turned to horror, someone rubbed his eyes and murmured, the speed is over 300, the leather armor is blue light mine protection. There are no levels to be solved in the whole server, they are going to break. In the dungeon, the thunder chain rushed towards him, Luo Li's healing shield opened, and the white light burst blocked the first chain, my auxiliary aura plus your mark, perfect. Xiao Yi restarted at a burst speed, the falcon flew through the gap like a meteor, thunder and lightning grazed the rear of the car, the arc jumped and the health bar dropped by only 5%. Li Xiu's missile counterattacked and blew up the source of the chain, destroy the Thunder Tower x3, experience plus 300. In the middle of the canyon, a series of traps broke out, the ground cracked, jets of wind blades were fired like thousands of swords, the sound of metal cutting was harsh, mixed with the screams of torn flesh and blood. A team of scattered soldiers had just entered in front, the chariot was directly dismembered, the health bar was cleared, and the body fragments were flying and the fishy wind was blowing. Ding! The team kills the Wind Blade Guard X10, Crystal plus 50. The backpack jingled, and the level increased slightly. Players outside collapsed and screamed, the whole team is wiped out. There are no survivors in the Wind Blade area, they dodge. Godly operation. Finally, the boss area is opened, the Gale Demon Eagle King is entrenched on the top of the cliff, with a wingspan of 50 meters, feathers like steel knives, a health bar of 32,000, defense of 1200, eyes with red light charging, strong winds spurting from under the wings, and gravel bombarding his face like bullets. The boss taunted, "Invaders, meteorite funeral." In the first stage of the meteorite summoning, boulders fell like rain, and the ground shook like an earthquake. Li Xiu's intelligence locked, precursor of the outbreak phase, wings shaking for 2 seconds. Weakness exposed, core crystal core. Luo Li treated continuously, her honey-like voice breathed, "Handsome guy, mark the path, I'll protect you." The red line on the handle pointed directly at the boss's blind spot. Xiao Yi's falcon exploded at 500% top speed, the tires roared like a dragon's roar, the car body pulled out afterimages, and the pulse cannon charged with blue light that dazzled the eyes. Traveling through the rain of meteorites, collisions and sparks, heat waves scalding the skin, the boss's wings fiercely flapped, and the storm rolled up a 100-meter tornado. Players outside looked through the crack of the door and were stunned, the health bar only dropped 10%. Are they drifting in the storm? Speed attribute crushes the boss, S-Class is invincible. Xiao Yi roared, "Now!" The mark flashed the burst window, the falcon jumped over the cliff and penetrated into the core, the pulse cannon was fully activated, boom. Blue light penetrates the crystal core, and the critical hit number jumps wildly, -8500. -10,200. Combo X5. The boss screamed loudly, his wings shattered and feathers poured out like a rain of knives, and his health bar dropped wildly. Li Xiu's missile last hit, intelligence confirmed, the second weak point exposed. Luo Li's aura was full, and the team's health bar was locked to 100%. Triggered during the boss outbreak stage, the thunder and lightning storm is fully activated, the purple chain covers the canyon like a net, the arc jumps sizzlingly, the air is burnt and the smell is choking, and the ground is pitted with lava splashing everywhere. Hold on. Mark the dodge chain, 0.3 seconds gap. Xiao Yi's controller buzzed, the black market prediction buff was activated, attack plus 150%, critical hit 100%, the falcon's speed exceeded the limit again, the tires burned red and smoked, the ghost went through the net, and hit the boss's abdomen. The teeth of the players outside Tenia chattered, the chain network cannot be solved, they are still dealing damage. The health bar is only 20%, they are going to make a comeback. The boss roared and charged for the final blow, the wing blade slash plus thunderstorm fusion, the canyon rock wall collapsed with a loud noise, and the gravel was like a bombardment. On the verge of despair, Li Xiu shouted, locked during the burst phase, wing root joints. Xiao Yi's blueprint merged with, customized Gale tire trial, temporary speed plus 200%, the falcon sprang out like lightning, and the pulse cannon was overloaded, the ultimate blow, energy blast. Boom! The blue and white light beam tore through the sky and the earth, penetrating through the boss's body, and the health bar was instantly cleared. Kill the Gale Demon Eagle King, the first kill in the entire server. Experience plus 10,000, team bonus plus 30,000, black market experience stack x3 equals 90,000, drop the epic tire, Scythe of the Wind, speed plus 100%, immune to storms, unique in the whole server, rare blueprint x5, spar x500. Golden light shot into the sky, and system-wide announcements blasted 3 times, ding. Players, Xiao Yi, Li Xiu, and Luo Li, formed a team and achieved the first kill in the novice village, Blast Canyon. The reward experience will triple, and the permanent buff of the copy will be unlocked, the whole team's speed will be plus 20%. The canyon shook violently, the body of the magic eagle disintegrated, the golden light of the epic tire fell into Xiao Yi's backpack, the falcon chariot merged automatically, the tire deformed into a sickle shape, the roaring engine sounded like thunder, and the novice village square instantly boiled. The player was petrified and his eyes bulged. First kill. 3 people speed pass, boss instant kill. Epic tires are installed, the speed exceeds 600, and the whole server is invincible. Black market cyclist plus beautiful nanny plus intelligence genius, amazing teammates. The guild begs to join. The adoration screams are like a wave, and someone kneels down and licks the chariot. Master, the tire attribute is exposed, storm immunity plus 100 speed, even the top 10 equipment of Han Shao guild can't compare. The 3-person chariot rushed out from the light gate, and the sickle tires left fire marks on the ground. The tide of players gave way. Luo Li's pretty face blushed in the fragrant breeze, and she leaned closer and whispered, "Handsome guy, this tire, shall we exchange wedding rings? The experience buff will be permanently stacked, making both of us invincible." Li Xiu laughed and shot shoulder, "Brother, the experience is flowing, and the level has gone straight to 10. Intelligence shows that the black market racing competition is counting down, and Han Shao is eyeing the prize pool." Before he could finish his words, the engine roared at the mouth of the canyon, and a black convoy rushed towards him. The leader's ID was Han Feng, and Han Zhao's guild mark shone. The basic purple-armed gun barrel was aimed, and the oil-stained face was twisted and sneered. First kill. The tire belongs to Han Shao. The guild finds the copy first, the black market dog, hand it over, or the whole village will hunt him down. The boy behind raised the cannon, and the player gasped, Han Zhao's second in command. The guild 100 people, the purple-clad team, the conflict broke out. They want to grab resources. What should the master do? The air solidified and the smell of gunpowder was strong. Xiao Yi's predictive red mark flashed, the sickle blade of the falcon tire rotated, roaring and charging, the canyon was turbulent, and a bigger storm was quietly brewing. The wind and sand at the mouth of the canyon rolled up yellow mist, and the engine roared like a roar of beasts. The gun barrel of Han Feng's purple chariot was charging with red light, and the pungent smell of gunpowder mixed with the scorched smell of burnt rubber hit his nostrils. The chariots of the 100-man guild were lined up on the iron wall, and the tires grinding against the ground made a crunching sound of gravel. The players retreated like a tide, with greed and fear in their eyes. Han Feng's oily face twisted and grinned, and he shouted loudly, "Black Market Cyclone Master." The first tire to be killed was the information discovered by Han Zhao's guild first. The epic Scythe of the Wind has plus 100% speed, is immune to storms, and is the only one in the server. Hand it over. Otherwise, the entire village will be ordered to kill, the crystals will be squeezed out, and the level will be returned to 0. The boys behind him echoed with a flood of taunts, 3 people. That's it, level 10. Hundreds of Korean guilds in purple armor are crushing them. No matter how fast the falcon chariot is, you will have to kneel down in the encirclement. The artillery fire will evaporate in seconds. The onlookers whispered in a sour voice, "Good luck with the first kill. The black market controller plugin will be banned sooner or later." Han Zhao's top 10 guilds have a resource pool of tens of millions. They are sure to overturn this wave. Luo Li's pretty face turned pale, her beautiful eyes swept over the iron wall, the curves under her tight-fitting shirt trembled in the wind, and she whispered breathlessly, "Handsome guy, surrounded by 100 people, the communication channel has been locked, the guild voice is all on, and the intelligence shows that they have a hidden missile array." Li Xiu's intelligence panel went crazy. The red alert flashed, the blue light of the auxiliary suit wrapped around, and the fingers flew into the void. "Brother, the enemy's 10-man team has been separated, led by ID Han Tai and Han Ren, with purple-mounted cannons plus locking missiles, and a flanking attack." The whole server's hot search exploded. Han Shao personally declared war, "Prize pool racing resources, keep an eye on us." The tires of Xiao Yi's falcon chariot hummed as they charged up, heat waves surged like lava in the palm of the handle, and black market prediction red marks instantly filled the field of vision. Enemy weakness, blind spot in the sand dunes on the side of the canyon, ambush path prediction, risk rating, medium. At the corner of his mouth she raised her head slightly, but deliberately lowered her head to pretend to be timid, and her voice was suppressed, quantity suppression, mark sharing. Activated by the whole team. The buzz was transmitted to the team panel, and the blue light of the three-person tank was connected. Luo Li's eyes lit up. God's mark. There is a depression in the flanking dunes, so take a detour and bury it instead. Han Feng laughed when he saw this. The purple cannon roared and fired warning bombs. The explosion flames reflected the canyon red. The heat wave burned his face and the gravel flew. Pretend. A team of 10, come on. Grab the tires and kill the black market dogs. 10 purple armored tanks sprang out like a pack of wolves, their engines roared and dust billowed. The onlookers screamed and retreated. We're under attack. Even with a speed of 600, we can't dodge. Han Ren's locking rate is 100%, annihilate the whole group in one wave. The first kill is obtained, the Korean guild takes off, the 3 people in the black market go cry. Like a knife, Han Tai yelled in front, boss, the tire is yours, these newcomers' health bars are as brittle as paper. Missiles rained down, explosions boomed, the canyon walls collapsed, dust hit the nostrils, and the smell of electromagnetic burn in the air was choking. Just at the edge of despair, Xiao Yi's handle buzzed, black market prediction buff, attack plus 150%, critical hit 100%, map marks shared all areas, the Falcon sickle tires rotated like a sickle and roared, brothers, counter ambush. Sand dune on the left wing, 0.5 second blind spot. As soon as the accelerator was stepped on, the speed exploded to 600%, afterimages of lightning were pulled out of the car body, the rubber burned red and black smoke filled the nostrils, and the sickle blade left a fire mark hundreds of meters long on the ground. Luo Li's chariot followed closely, and the white light treatment mist filled the air. The freezing halo is on. The group control follows. She raised her hand, and the system dinged, the frost field expands, with a diameter of 50 meters, the enemy's speed is minus 80%, and it freezes for 3 seconds. The blue ice exploded like mist, and the tires of the front line of the Korean railway team instantly became frosty and skidded, crunching and colliding into discus, and the driver screamed and his health bar dropped wildly. Li Xiu's intelligence missile was locked, and the red dot on the panel flashed, communications are paralyzed and hacked. The guild's voice is completely cut off, and Han Feng is blind. Black waves in the void rushed into the enemy frequency, and Han Feng's panel went black with garbled characters. He stared and roared, why is the communication broken? The team is reporting. The players outside had bulging eyes and opened their mouths like sharks. Counter ambush? The mark predicts the flanks, and the freezing field control is perfect. The Han Tai team freezes into ice sculptures. The speed is 600, and the sickle tires are immune to storms. The guild voice is black. The black market intelligence geeks have no solution. The Han Ren chariot broke free from the ice, and the purple cannon charged up and blasted out, but Xiao Yi's falcon ghost slid past it. The sickle blade scraped across the side of the car, sparks flying and the sound of tearing metal making an ear-piercing sound, critical hit minus 4,500. The car body is paralyzed. Han Ren vomited blood and his eyes widened, his voice trembling like chaff. This, predictive dodge. The tire sickle cuts the S-class armor like tofu, and the speed attribute crushes the whole team. The team became a mess, missiles killed each other and exploded in the sky. The canyon was red with fire, and the smell of burnt flesh filled the air. The system responded continuously, kill Han Tai, Han Ren, and Han Ing, and kill 3 people. Experience plus 1,500, Team X3 equals 4,500, Black Market Stack X3 equals 13500, Regain Purple Equipment Fragments X10, Spar plus 200. Han Feng's face was livid, the 100-man iron wall cracked, purple cannons poured out in volleys, the artillery fire roared like rain, and the lava on the ground splashed with heat waves. The whole team is coming. Kill them, grab all the tires and blueprints. The engines of the guild boys roared together, the chariots came like a tide, and the sand and dust tornado rolled hundreds of meters high. The onlookers' legs were weak and they screamed, "Isn't it enough to crush 100 people and kill 3 people?" The Korean guild went all out and bloodbathed the novice village. The 3 people in the black market have 30% of their health bars left, and they are about to capsize. Luo Li's healing aura was full, and a white mist shrouded her blood. Handsome guy, retreat mark. Li Xiu counterattacked with a rain of missiles, intelligence confirmed, secret path at the north entrance of the canyon, detour out of siege. Xiao Yi's falcon exploded at 700% top speed, its sickle tires roared through the enemy formation, and hit the Korean Feng forward, bang. The blue light of the pulse cannon tears through the air, and the combo number jumps wildly, -6200. -7800. Car crash and death x5. The guard panel of the Korean Feng chariot exploded, and he stepped back 100 meters. His eyes were red and he shouted, "Monster!" The speed exceeds 700, and the sickle tire cuts through the purple armor without any damage. This handle is taboo on the black market. 3 chariots jumped out of the gap side by side, and 3 fire marks were drawn in the storm. The tide of players gave way, and the sound of admiration erupted. Counterkill the elite of the guild, seize resources and retreat quickly. The amazing operation is broadcast live on the whole server. Han Feng's face turned green, hundreds of people surrounded and teased. Black market marked intelligence nanny, dream team. There is a hidden path at the north entrance of the canyon, the wind howls and the gravel whips the face, the team's health bar is full. Luo Li's chariot approaches, and the fragrant wind. Her nose was as red as the morning glow, and her beautiful eyes were watery as she stared at Xiao Yi. Handsome guy, this mark, you saved me 3 times, exchange wedding rings, shall we? In-game love token, experience buff permanently stacked x2, 2 people will ascend to the whole server. The system pop-up window, Luo Li sends a wedding invitation, exchange rings, experience sharing plus 200%, intimacy max, unlock the couple skill, psychic mark. Xiao Yi's heart felt hot, the red light of the handle was connected to her panel, and she chuckled, take it. Ding! Golden light soared into the sky, their wedding rings shone on their fingers, and a torrent of experience poured in. Level synchronization 11. Buff activated, attack speed plus 50%, critical hit plus 30%. Li Xiu laughed and slapped the void. Brothers, the husband and wife team is invincible. The experience stack goes straight to 15, and the racing competition is swept. The engine roared at the rear and the pursuers continued. Han Feng's voice returned and roared in full frequency, the whole village is chasing the black market cyclone master. The tires belong to Han Xiao. Suddenly, a server-wide announcement rang out, ding. Guild leader Han Xiao visited the novice village in person and announced a reward, 1 million crystals for Xiao Yi's head, and the epic tires returned to the guild. Players are excited. The purple light chariot in the distance is like a black cloud, the leader is ID, Han Xiao, the lion's mane in the purple and gold shirt is flying, the face is as sinister as a wolf, the gun barrel is purple, black market dog, the first kill resource Han wants. The guild will destroy you. The air solidified with murderous intent like a knife, and the surrounding players gasped, Han Xiao himself. The 10th strongest in the whole server, level 12, the purple gold chariot's defense exceeded 2000, the Terminator is coming. The trio is finished. No matter how awesome the couple's buff is, they can't stop the guild's nuclear explosion. Luo Li gently held Xiao Yi's panel, her beautiful eyes were firm. Handsome guy, retreat. The Falcon Sickle's tire explosion speed was 800%, and the 3 of them rushed into the depths of the storm, covered with sand and dust, and temporarily escaped from the encirclement. Hot searches in Novice Village Square skyrocketed, and Li Xiu gasped and laughed, brother, I'm offering a bounty to fry the pot and serve public enemy. But the experience floods, and level 12 is stable. Just as he was talking, the handle buzzed and the black market channel flashed, and a private message with the new ID, Shenqingqing, popped up. Black market intelligence engineer Shenqingqing, Cyclonus master, Gale did a great job with the first kill. Han Zhao's conspiracy is exposed, the racing prize pool hides the blueprint for the magic weapon, Thunder Engine. The ghost in his black market bribed the terminal and set up a trap to lock your mark. Alliance. Provide terminal connection code and exchange your tire information. Coordinates, black market underground entrance, come quickly. Xiao Yi narrowed his eyes, the heat wave of the controller surged, and the red mark pointed directly into the depths of the black mist outside the village. New challenge unlocked, black market racing warm-up, clues to Han Zhao's inner ghost, risk, SSS. Luo Li leaned close, the golden light of the wedding ring flashed, and whispered, handsome guy, the black market is deeper. We are invincible, let's go together. In the canyon storm, the tank engine roared, the undercurrent of the novice village surged, and an even bigger storm quietly kicked off. The wind and sand roared like wild beasts. Deep in the hidden path, the engines of 3 chariots roared through the storm. The tires of the Falcon sickles drew fiery red tracks. The smell of burnt rubber mixed with the pungent ozone smell of electromagnetic pulse hit the face. Luo Li's chariot was close to Xiao Yi's flank, the golden light of the wedding ring pulsating on the panel. Her pretty face was blushing, the fragrant breeze came faintly through the communication channel, and her whisper was as soft as honey, handsome guy, this wedding ring is initially connected. The heart mark has been turned on, but the players in the whole village are still complaining about our status as public enemies. The novice village church system announced that a grand wedding can unlock unlimited stacks, and the experience gain will be increased by 5 times. Let's go prove it to them. The green light on Li Xiu's intelligence panel flashed, the missile bay door swung away, and the laughter was deafening. Brother, I'm offering a reward of 1 million crystal stones to explode the hot search in the whole server. Han Xiao came to the square to show off, and the players said that couples will die soon. First, refresh the reputation of the church, and counterattack the guild's face. The intelligence shows that the low-level dungeon, Shadow Mine, has been refreshed, and the experience peak has been refreshed for the first time, a perfect test of buff. The entrance to the novice village was filled with fog, and the armor of the guard NPCs clanked. Players gave way like a tide, with jealousy and fear in their eyes. They whispered like poisonous snakes, the black market dog has returned to the village. So what if he is ranked first in the level 11 server? Han Xiao is offering a reward for his head, a church wedding. Laughed to death, guild assassins are ambushing the ground. Nanny Luolina has a hot figure, marrying a cheater. Experience sharing is awesome, the Korean railway team counts luck for counterattack, 100-man iron the wall will explode directly next time. In the center of the square, Han Zhao's purple gold chariot was entrenched like a mountain, the gun barrel was spitting purple light, his sinister face swept over the 3 people, and the ferocious laughter roared, wedding? I sent elites to attack at night, and smashed the ring. All the tire information. The whole village obeys the order and keeps an eye on the black market cyclone master. The surrounding players responded with weak legs and a sour taste. Boss Han is powerful, the 10th strongest, level 12 purple gold defense 2000, the novice village has fallen. The church bell tower is shadowed, the marble arch is carved with a sacred halo, the candle flames flicker to reflect the red dome, and the air is filled with the scent of holy roses and burnt wax. The system announced that golden light exploded throughout the village, ding. Players Xiao Yi and Luo Li initiated a grand wedding invitation. The whole village watched and their reputation doubled, and the experience sharing ceremony started. Players came in like waves, the square was instantly crowded, IDs filled the field of view, and taunts were like a tsunami, public enemy is planning a happy event. Han Xiao laughed out loud, the assassin team has sneaked into the bell tower, stealth ID Han UX5, level 11 purple cover, headshot rate 100%. Wedding rings are infinitely superimposed. Is it fake? The novice village church is low end, the experience buff is X2, and the Korean Guild resource pool is tens of millions. This kneel down quickly. Luo Li's tight-fitting shirt revealed her curves, her beautiful eyes sparkled, she gently held Xiao Yi's arm, and her beautiful hand touched the wedding ring. Handsome guy, they are crazy, the mind mark is connected, we prove to be invincible. Li Xiu's chariot transformed into a hosting robe, assisted by blue light winding, the panel hosting interface flashed, he cleared his throat and shouted, "Brothers, the marriage ceremony begins." The black market iron triangle, the husband and wife team sweeps the entire server. The roar of the bell shook the eardrums, the golden light from the dome poured like a waterfall, and the NPC priest's white robe fluttered, shouting the system's slogan, "In the name of the heaven, exchange the connection wedding ring, trigger unlimited stacking. Get X2 initial experience, double the kill stack, to 5 times the cap, unlock the couple skill tree, resonance burst." Heat waves poured into the palm of Xiao Yi's handle, and the black market red mark instantly scanned the entire church area. Hidden threat, 5 red dots in the shadow of the bell tower, Hanyu assassin lurking, risk, high, the corners of her mouth were slightly raised, and she deliberately whispered to pretend to be timid, "There are too many people." "Luo Li, let's exchange." Luo Li's beautiful eyes were firm, and she tapped her jade finger lightly. The golden glow of the wedding ring erupted and buzzed, and the dazzling white light engulfed the two of them. The fragrance of roses was strong and tangy, and the player's eyes Baotou gasped, golden light soaring into the sky. The system witnessed the grand wedding, reputation plus 500 and the whole village's famous name eased. Infinite stacking. Kill X2 to start, double wet nurses, violent masters, a dream combination, Han Zhao's face is determined. Ding! The chain system resounded throughout the server, the wedding is complete. Experience sharing plus 200% infinite stacking mechanism is activated, the first stack is X2, the second stack is X3, and the limit is X5 after 5 kills. Intimacy max plus 1, unlock, psychic mark, map prediction sharing, attack speed plus 50% plus 80%, critical hit plus 30% plus 60%. Level sync 12. The onlookers' mouths were as wide as black holes, their legs were weak and they screamed in admiration, the whole server announcement has exploded. Black Market Couple Team, Level 12 Dual Level First Kill, Unlimited Buff Stack, Invincible in Racing. Han Zhao's bounty is in vain, the church system protects the body, the assassin dares to move. Reputation crushes the guild. Han Zhao's purple and gold chariot trembled in the distance, his red eyes widened, roaring full frequency, night attack. Hanyu, come on, headshot ring point. The shadow of the bell tower exploded, and 5 purple figures sprang out like ghosts. The invisible dagger swished coldly and locked on the back of Xiao Yi's neck. The poisonous green mist rushed towards his nose, black market dog, die. The players retreated. Screamed in fear, elite assassin. Purple hidden sets critical hit plus 200%, a wave of husband and wife team, the novice village is stained with blood. Han Yu's 5-man team, Han Zhao's bodyguard, stealth rate 100%, finished. At the desperate moment when the blade reached her neck, the blue light of Luo Li's soul mark exploded, sharing the vision of the red mark of prediction. She raised her hand, and the fog in the frost field rolled like a tornado, resonance breaks out. Group control plus milk explosion. Ding! Couple skill activation, frost field diameter expanded by 100 meters, enemy speed minus 90%, frozen for 5 seconds, healing torrent X3. The blue ice exploded like a tsunami. The tires of Han Yu and the 5 people were frosty and skidded. Their health bar dropped by minus 3,000 when they collided with the discus. Xiao Yi's falcon scythe tires roared and spun, the black market buff of the handle was superimposed, attack plus 150% plus 250%, critical hit 100%, the blue light of the pulse cannon ripped through the air, and the combo number jumped wildly, critical hit minus 8,500. Car crash and death X2. Mind mark sharing critical hit minus 7,200. Kill Han Yu instantly. Fires exploded all over the sky, metal was torn and pierced, and the smell of burnt flesh and blood filled the church. The system rang continuously, counterkill Han Yu's Team X5. Experience plus 5,000, unlimited stacking for couples X2 X3 equals 15,000, Li Xiu shares X3 equals 45,000, Zine fragments X15, spar plus 500. Unlock the skill tree, Cyclonus masters, sickle shadow instant kill, speed burst plus 100%, cutting range 50 meters. Li Xiu's intelligence missile rained down the damage, the red alert on the panel was cleared, and he laughed and trembled, brother, God. The assassin's night attack turned into suicide, the experience peak stacked X3, and the level went straight to 13. The player's eyes were red and wide, and the sound of admiration exploded like thunder, instant kill of Han Zhao's bodyguard. No solution to the couple's buff, frost resonance field control plus pulse cutting, the purple cover is like paper. The whole server live broadcast went viral, the bloody battle in the novice village church, the reputation exploded, the black market trio swept the guild. The barrel of Han Zhao's purple gold tank trembled with energy, his face was as white as a ghost, his voice the voice shook like chaff, all the personal guards were destroyed. Infinitely stacked monsters, this wedding ring, a bug in the sky. Luo Li leaned on Xiao Yi's arm, her beautiful eyes were watery, and the fragrance was fragrant and whispered, handsome guy, test copy. Shadow mine is low level, the first brush experience pool is 100,000, let's stack up to X5. Xiao Yi's handle buzzed, and the heat in his palms was like fire, and he chuckled, let's go. Black fog billows from the entrance of the shadow mine outside the village, the mine walls are phosphorescent blue, the smell of damp mold is pungent with sulfur, and the monsters roar like a tidal wave of wolves, the shadow mine demon X50, level 10, thick health and high defense. Players watched from afar, taunting sourly, lower level dungeons to gain experience. No matter how good a husband and wife team is, the defense of the Ore demons in a group fight exceeded 1,000, and the level was vomited blood. Han Zhao's information has been locked, the dungeon trap is activated, die quickly. Luo Li's treatment mist shrouded by the blood bar is full, mind mark weakness. The red dots are densely packed with monsters, Xiao Yi's falcon explodes at 900% top speed, the sickle tire rotates and cuts like a death scythe, flesh and blood are torn and sputtered, and the numbers jump wildly, critical hit -9500 x 10. Group seconds. Li Xiu hacked into the monster AI, the missile cleared the area and exploded with boom, the fire shone red in the mine, and the smell of burnt meat filled the air, kill X30. Experience plus 20,000, infinite stacking X3 X4 equals 80,000. Luo Li's frost domain froze the remaining party, and the resonance exploded, and he said, handsome guy, the stack is full. X5 capped. In the end, the boss mine demon king smashed the earthquake's ear with his hammer, and the ground cracked open. The lava heat wave burned his face, but he was dodged by the mind mark. Pulse cannon plus sickle shadow instant kill combo, -15,000 critical hit. First kill. Experience plus 50,000 times 5 is equal to 250,000, byte. Level 14. Unlock the skill tree, Black Market Storm Charge, Global Speed plus 150%, Team Immortal Aura. Crystal plus 1000, Mine Blueprint X1. The onlookers knelt down and worshipped, their voices trembling, first time clearing the map in 10 minutes. Experience Flood X5 stack, level 14 ranked first in the whole server, Sickle Shadow cuts the Mine Demon King like a rookie. The God team is invincible, Han Zhao's bounty joke, the black market wedding ring dominates. In the midst of excitement, the black market channel of the handle flashed, and Shen Qingqing's private message popped up, Intelligence Engineer Shen Qingqing, congratulations on the wedding counterattack, the rare item, Terminal Connection Crystal, was traded, and the information on the blast tire blueprint was exchanged. The coordinates of the underground entrance to the black market have been marked, Han Zhao's inner ghost has bought the terminal, and the racing prize pool, Thunder Engine, God has set up an ambush, he plans a virus to paralyze the handle and lock you to mark all explosions. Speed Alliance will give you the black market VIP code. Xiao Yi narrowed his eyes, the red mark pointed straight into the depths of the black fog in the village, the black market gate loomed, the iron gate was rusty, and a cold and damp smell hit his nostrils. Li Xiu's intelligence confirmed, brother, the SSS is risky, Han Zhao's conspiracy has surfaced, and the mole is trying to steal something. Luo Li clenched her wedding ring, golden light flashed, and her beautiful eyes leaned closer firmly, handsome guys, let's go together. Infinite superposition, sweep across the black market. The chariot engine roared, the three of them rushed into the black mist, the iron gate rumbled open, and in the undercurrent of the underground world, huge waves and storms quietly set off. The roar of the iron door closing was like a tomb seal, making the eardrums buzz. The underground entrance to the black market instantly swallowed up the three-man chariot. The smell of damp mold and rot mixed with the smell of burnt engine oil hit the nostrils. The blue phosphorus lamp swayed and lengthened the shadows. The rusted pipes on the wall hummed and dripped. The air was filled with metal rust and faint blood. Luo Li's chariot clung to the flank of Xiao Yi's falcon. She touched her wedding ring with her jade hand. The golden light pulsed and reflected her pretty face. Her beautiful eyes shone with water. She whispered to her face through the channel, handsome guy, this is the entrance to the black market. Shen Qingqing's VIP code has been verified. The safe zone has been 10 minutes. The red mark on the handle has been cleared. Let's take stock first. The wedding ring is still hot with X5 stacked. The experience pool is full. Level 14 is crushed by the whole server. Li Xiu's intelligence chariot reared up. The green light of the panel scanned the entire area, and the missile bay door was on standby. His voice was trembling with excitement, brother, God Zone. Get rich with 2,200 crystals, stack blueprints X9, permanent buff speed in the mine plus 20%, and the total speed of the integrated blast sickle tire exceeds 1,000%. Han Zhao's ghost virus intelligence is locked, upgrade first before breaking into the mid-level Black Wind Mine. Shen Qingqing's trade of terminal connection crystal points to the hidden artifact. The lights in the black market safe area are dim, with stalls lined up like a ghost market. Player IDs are flashing low-key, selling taboo purple fragments and hacker viruses. Whispers are like poisonous snakes, I heard that the black market iron triangle has broken in. A level 14 husband and wife team, the church counterattacked and killed Han Yu's personal guards, and the mine exploded first with 14, and Han Xiao offered a reward of 1 million. It's a joke. Nonsense, here is a mid-level copy of the Black Wind Mine, SSS difficulty, Collapse plus Ghost Group plus Lava Bow SS, the defense is over 3,000, the passerby group is vomiting blood, the experience pool is 200,000, but the first brush rate is 0.01%, they dare to double up. The game controller is also kneeling. The surrounding black market players narrowed their eyes, jealousy was sour, and several purple-suited ruthless characters backed away, muttering fear, Falcon Scythe Tire 900% speed, black market storm charge is fully unlocked, don't stare at us. Xiao Yi's handle was filled with heat, and the black market terminal was scanned with red light, ding. Inventory completed. Crystal plus 2,200 for a total of 3,500, Fusion Mine Blueprint Purple Hidden Fragments. Li Xiu shared the blueprint, the Intelligence Tank Missile Group Fire CD, 50%. Luo Li's Frost Field expands 150 meters, and Resonance Burst heals X4. Team Strength soared 1.5 times. Luo Li's beautiful eyes sparkled, and she tapped the panel with her jade finger. The white light treatment mist enveloped the three of them and filled up their health bars. She leaned close to Xiao Yi's arms, and the fragrant breeze whispered softly, handsome guy, the fusion is complete. The wedding ring is the soul mark, and the map of the Black Wind Mine is shared. The red dot of the hidden treasure chest flashes, pointing directly at the core of the boss. Both of them are invincible. The mode is activated, Li Xiu's remote milk. Li Xiu's panel flashed, and the channel shook with laughter, confirmed. Intermediate dungeon entrance to the east wing of the black market, ghost group information, 3000 health, collapse trap activation rate 80%, lava boss's iron fist smashed into the ground, AoE exceeded 10,000, I hacked the AI support missile rain, Han Zhao's guild spies have been wiped out, hurry up. When the black market players heard this, their eyes bulged and they gasped, whispering with fear, 2 people broke into the black wind. The whole server destroyed the Holy Land, and hundreds of people pushed the map at level 14. Their handles are marked as cheats. Wow! Han Zhao's inner ghosts are keeping an eye on him, there is a risk of virus paralysis. Die soon. Xiao Yi raised the corner of his mouth slightly and deliberately whispered to pretend to be timid, I heard the mine collapse was tragic. Luo Li, mark the weakness, resonate and protect the body. The tank engine roared, and the 3 of them rushed out of the safe area. Black fog billowed at the entrance to the east wing, the phosphorus rock wall flickered with light, the smell of wet sulfur was pungent, and strange roars echoed like ghosts crying and wolf howling. The dungeon portal buzzes open, black wind mine intermediate level, SSS difficulty, recommended level 1500 man group, 90% collapse probability, 3000 ghost group defense, lava boss heat wave AoE instant kill. The trap erupted at the entrance, and rubble from the top of the rock poured down like meteorite rain. The boom was deafening, the dust flew up and choked the lungs, and the passers-by's live broadcast channel bombarded people with barrages. The black market iron triangle has entered the picture. The first wave collapsed, and the roll rate of the chariot was 100%. Kneel down quickly. The husband and wife team is here again. Cow, top 100 mine Holy Land card in the whole server, 200,000 experience as bait, actual cemetery. Luo Li's mind mark exploded with blue light, and she shared the foreboding dome covered with red dots. She raised her hand to raise the fog in the frost field and danced like a tornado, resonance burst. Freeze collapse plus milk burst. Ding! Couple skill upgrade, field diameter 200 meters, rock freezing for 10 seconds, healing torrent x4, blood draw plus 8,000. The blue ice tsunami swallowed up the gravel, the crunching sound was ear-piercing, the dust and mist condensed into ice and fell to the ground harmlessly. Xiao Yi's falcon sickle tires roared and rotated at 1250% explosive speed, the black market handle buff, attack speed plus 80% plus 120%, critical hit plus 60% plus 100%. The sickle shadow instantly killed the cutting trajectory, and the numbers jumped wildly, crit hit dash 12,000 x5. Collapse and clear. Li Xiu's long-range missiles swished to make up for the damage, the explosion flames reflected the red mine, and the smell of burnt rock filled the air. Brother, a perfect start. Experience plus 10,000, unlimited stacking of wedding rings x5 x6 equals 60,000. A group of ghosts surged in the deep, phosphorus green will-o'-the-wisps floated like thousands of ghosts walking in the night, cold ghosts cried and screamed through the brain, thick health bar, defense 3000 iron wall, claw shadows like hooks locked 3 people, intruder, die. Live broadcast players taunted, ghost group fight. The soul-sucking debuff slowed down by 90%, the whole server group pushed half the map in 20 minutes, both of them. Laughing to death, Han Zhao's intelligence, sick the poison is implanted in the handle, and the mark is invalid. The curves of Luo Li's shirt are exposed, the beautiful eyes are firm, and the frost mist envelopes the group, the weakness of the soul mark. The output is off the charts. The red dot flashes the ghost core, Xiao Yi storm charge is at full speed, sprinting at a speed of over 10,000, the scythe blade cuts flesh and blood within a 50-meter range, tearing and sputtering, the ghost fire goes out and wails into the sky, combo critical hit, 15,000 x 20. Group seconds. Critical hit rate 100%. Luo Li's resonance burst out and turned from defense to offense, and the number of bursts of ice arrows shot up, output plus 20,000 x 10. The wet nurse becomes a DPS god. Li Xiu hacked into the ghost AI, the missiles cleared the area and boomed, and the smell of burnt sulfur ghosts hit your nostrils. Kill x50. Experience plus 50000x6x7 equals 350000. The level goes straight to 15. Black market onlookers' eyes widened through the live broadcast, their legs went weak and they screamed in admiration. Two people pushed the ghost. The speed is as fast as the god of death. Luo Li's milk bursting output is off the charts, infinite stacking x7 fantasy. The whole server is vibrating and the announcement is exploding. The lava boss wakes up, the giant rock body breathes red light, the iron fist smashes into the ground, cracks the lava, the heat wave burns the face like a furnace, the cracks in the ground spurt out magma, scorching the air, the roar is like thunder, the lava king is coming, the heat wave AOE, 10,000 kills instantly. The live barrage collapses in fear, boss defense 5,000, iron fist combo there is no solution, no one is killed in the whole server, and the couple's team is melting. Han Zhao's guild is on the verge of collapse, and the reward is increased by 2 million. Xiao Yi's black market prediction red mark lock core, the soul mark shares the dodge path, he whispered, Luo Li, the resonance is full. The golden light of the wedding ring buzzed to the sky, infinite stacking x7 x8 equals experience multiplier 160%. Unlock the couple's ultimate move, Black Wind Resonance Storm, speed plus 200%, global cutting plus frost lava immunity. Luo Li Xiangfeng murmured, handsome guys, let's go together. Blue and red light burst out, Xiao Yi rushed to the position with 15,000% lightning speed, and the sickle blade plus pulse cannon combo broke the lava shell, crit minus 25,000. Break the defense. Luoli Frost Domain freezes the magma river, and the resonance outputs a torrent 20000x5. DPS is off the charts. Li Xiu's missile hit the core directly, and the explosions continued and the smell of molten metal was pungent, final critical hit minus 50,000. Kill the Lava King for the first time. Experience plus 1000000x8x10 equals 1000000. Level 16 is the best in all servers. The blueprint of the artifact Thunder Engine is revealed, total speed plus 300%, lightning chain kill, the only one in the server. Crystal plus 5,000, permanent buff in the mine, the entire team's output plus 30%. System-wide golden light announcements exploded, ding. Players Xiao Yi and Luo Li killed the mid-level Black Wind mine for the first time. The unlimited stack of experience peaks is capped at x10, temporarily, the Thunder Engine divine equipment is born, and the strength of the Black Market Iron Triangle has doubled. Black Market players knelt down and worshipped, their voices trembling like a sieve, God. 2 people cleared the SSS map in 10 minutes, the speed exceeded 10,000 plus DPS dual core, the Lava King was like paper, Han Zhao's guild was on the verge of collapse, the whole server was hotly searched for black market husbands. My wife is invincible. Thunder Engine. The prize pool of the racing competition, Han Zhao's virus plan was in vain, and the guild's reputation plummeted by 50%. Han Zhao's purple gold chariot trembled in the distance, his red eyes were bloodshot, and his roar shook like the wind. Zhong Kenju, first kill of Black Wind. X10 superimposed monsters, controller Thunder Engine, the guild is about to be destroyed. Luo Li leaned against Xiao Yi, her beautiful eyes were watery and caressed the wedding ring, handsome guy, fusion engine. The strength is incredible, Shenqingqing trading terminal crystal, invincibility continues. Xiao Yi's controller buzzed with the fusion blueprint, and the Falcon chariot's lightning winding speed exceeded 20,000%. The panel was as hot as fire. He chuckled, repair completed, Alliance Black Market VIP. While taking stock, the Black Market channel of the controller flashed a red alert, and Shenqingqing's urgent private message popped up, his voice trembling urgently, Xiao Yi. Crisis. Han Xiao planned a region-wide siege, mobilized 500 guilds plus invaded by ghost viruses in the black market, and locked all your controller marks. The racing competition starts early, traps are everywhere, and the guild war is about to break out. The coordinates of the East District racing platform have been marked, retreat or counterattack. In the depths of the black mist, the engines roared and surged. The shadows of the purple and gold chariots approached, murderous intent was like a knife blade. Li Xiu's intelligence was densely covered with red marks. Brother, the SSS is siege. Han Xiao is here in person, the virus has a countdown of 30 seconds. Luo Liu held the wedding ring tightly in her hand, golden light flashed, and her beautiful eyes were firm. Handsome guy, infinite superposition, kill the guild. Undercurrents surged in the underground world, and the storm was about to break out. The lights in the safe area at the exit of the Bafeng mine flickered like candles, the engine roared in the black fog like a wild beast panting, the smell of wet sulfur mixed with the stench of tar hit your nostrils, and the ground trembled slightly, indicating that hell was approaching. The red light of Xiao Yi's controller flashed wildly, the virus countdown ticked like a death scythe, and the panel alarm buzzed harshly. The black market virus invasion progress is 85%, the controller mark function is paralyzed, and the prediction will expire in 30 seconds. 500 people from the Han Xiao Guild have locked the coordinates, and the Zijin Chariot Group AoE bombing has a countdown of 2 minutes. Li Xiu's intelligence chariot collapsed when the green light scanned the entire area. His voice was rarely trembling, and beads of sweat reflected on the panel. Brother, it's over. Han Zhao's personal guard's vanguard of 100 people has broken through the fog, the defense array has 3,000 iron walls, and the missile rain coverage rate is 100%. Although our thunder engine is 20,000% speed, the virus slows down debuff, 90%, and the escape rate is less than 5%. Word of mouth from passers-by in the black market, the Iron Triangle God kills Hei Feng, kneel down in the cemetery now. Luo Liu held her wedding ring tightly in her hands, her beautiful face was pulsating with golden light, her beautiful eyes were shining with water, and she whispered with despair in the fragrance, handsome guy, the resonance protection is fully activated. But the siege and suppression surge, 200 meters in the frost field can't stop 500 people's lava cannons, the experience X10 stack is useless, the virus locks the handle, we blindly enter the deep network of the black market. Black market players flooded in through the live broadcast, their eyes red with jealousy and twisted, whispering like poisonous arrows, Black Wind's first kill is so exciting. Han Zhao's 500-man iron cavalry is here, the level 12 guild leader personally visits the purple gold fortress to prevent 5,000, a virus-killing controller plug-in, iron the triangular car crashed and killed everyone. Hot search in the whole server. The husband and wife team has infinite superpositions, the dream is broken, the thunder engine magic weapon changes owners, Han Xiao offers a reward of 3 million crystal stones, the corpse explodes and the armor is waiting. Several ruthless individuals retreated with their legs weak, their faces turned pale and they murmured in fear, don't come close, they marked all points are exploded, the racing trap is activated, the East Zone minefield plus hacker EMP, the top speed is 20,000% and the rollover rate is 99%. The underground air is as stagnant as lead, the purple gold engine roars gradually, murderous intent cuts through the black fog like a blade, the Korean-style purple armored tank takes the lead and rushes out, bloodshot eyes. Locking on the 3 people, the full-frequency roar was ear-splitting, Xiao Yi. Black Wind's first kill is yours, 500 people from the guild will crush it, the virus paralyzes the controller, hand over the thunder engine blueprint, spare your life. The shadows of the tanks behind were like a demonic tide, the missile bay doors were swishing and waiting, and the heat wave was preheating and scorching the sky. The handle of Xiao Yi's palm was as hot as fire, and the red bar of the virus was beating wildly. He gritted his teeth and roared, Luo Li, the mind mark shares Shinqingqing's VIP channel. Li Xiu, the hacker's anti-intrusion is delayed, the shadow cloak is fully opened and the stealth retreat. The golden light of the wedding ring buzzed, resonance burst activation, whole team dodge plus 100%, frost mist concealment rate 90%, the blue mist engulfed the 3-man chariot like a ghost, the Falcon thunder engine hummed in a suppressed voice, the total speed forced the virus debuff to rush into the black market deep network pipes, sparks scratched off the rusted iron wall, and the smell of moldy blood choked the lungs. Han Feng's iron fist hit the ground, AoE shock waves burst the pipes, and rubble poured down like rain. Stealth. Guild spies are locked with red marks. Chase. The live broadcast barrage collapsed in fear. Iron Triangle escaped from the deep network. Black market restricted area, guarding NPCs against 4,000 plus laser nets. Han Zhao's ghost virus synchronize, the 10-second mark explodes. The green light on Li Xiu's panel flashed, and the hacker code rushed into the virus source like an electric snake. His voice was hoarse with excitement and despair. The anti-intrusion is 20% successful, and it takes 30 seconds, but the Korean phone little boss is chasing 15,000%, biting the tail. The deep blue terminal of the deep network flashed, and Shenqingqing's virtual projection suddenly appeared. Her pretty face was pale and the intelligence agent's uniform was tight. Her voice was urgent and trembling like a broken leaf in the wind. Xiao Yi. You are here, VIP code verification, the channel is open. The evidence of Han Xiao stealing black market resources is here. Zine Core X3 was stolen, virus source. The code is implanted in the terminal. The racing prize pool Thunder engine originally belongs to the black market. The ghost ID, Shadow Blade, in the guild is exposed. Grab the 3 marked points to counterattack. The iron gate at the end of the pipe burst open. The lights of the security hub were dim. The black market guard NPC iron guards roared in. The laser net was densely covered like spider silk, and the blood red scan locked. Intruder, defense array 4000, disqualified. Luo Li's frost field exploded with fog-freezing lasers, and the crackling sound was ear-piercing. However, the guard's iron fist struck the cracks in the ground and breathed fire. The heat wave burned her face and her health bar dropped, 5000 AoE. She gasped and whispered, "Handsome guy, the first mark is red." Flash of light, experience potion bait, but the guard has X10 health and 5000 blood, and the aftermath of the virus will slow us down. The black market individual player's eyes bulged during the long-distance live broadcast, and his legs were weak and he screamed. Shenqingqing's personal reception. The Iron Triangle Alliance black market, marked the SSS guard. The Korean phone pursuers bite the tail, and the double attack will kill them quickly. The red bar of Xiao Yi's handle virus was frozen at 85%. He charged with a storm and roared with suppressed force. The thunder engine chain arced and flew into the air. The sickle cut a 30-meter trajectory and tore the iron guard's flesh and blood. Crit, 20,000 x3. Break armor. But the guard counterattacked and the laser net wiped him. The leather armor with plus 80 defense narrowly blocked it, and the scorch marks were pungent. Li Xiu's missiles rained down the last hit and the smell of burnt iron filled the air. Get the first point. Experience potion. The car crashed through the iron gate, the iron fist smashed the shock wave to pursue, the ground shattered and lava spewed out. Run. I will clear the second guard, and the guild will be surrounded by hundreds of people. The crowds on the live broadcast pass collapsed in fear. The Korean-style miniboss has 3,000 defense and 15,000% speed. Iron Triangle virus debuff red line. Activation rate of mark point traps is 90%. All annihilation is scheduled. The second marker point is the Phosphorus Rock Cave, where the guarding ghost iron guard Phosphorus Green Will-o'-the-Wisp floats. The claw hook chain is like a ghost haunting. The cold ghost cries through the brain and slows down. Debuff 80%, and the iron wall stands with a health bar of 6,000. Xiao Yi's shadow cloak has a stealth rate of 50% and flashes in. The scythe shadow cuts instantly, but the virus interference mark is offset. The scythe blade rubs against the ghost core and sparks fly. The iron guard grabs back and tears the armor of the tank. The metal breaks and makes a harsh sound. Li Xiu's intelligence network expanded. Hackers invaded the ghost AI missiles and directly hit the weak points, exploding into holes with fire. Hold on. Hidden map scroll. The phone iron fist AoE heat wave melted the ice, and the face was scalding and the blood bar was in danger. Couple team, resonance. But 500 people backed up the engine, and the reputation protection failed. Black market individual players knelt down and trembled in admiration with fear. Double robbery in the deep network. Guarding the SSS with 6,000 health, they are tough. Han Feng pursues the soldiers close, the Iron Triangle's magic skills are suppressed by the black cloud. The third marker point is the core of the terminal. The red light pulses like a heartbeat. The Black Market Guard Ultimate Iron Demon Defense 7000 monster wakes up. The lava arms smash to the ground, earthquake cracks crack and the magma river surges. The heat wave engulfs the pipes like a sea of fire. The roar of thunder explodes the eardrums. Terminal restricted area, die. The virus countdown jumped back to 92%. Xiao Yi's controller buzzed and predicted the weak core. He suppressed the burst at 20,000% and shifted position at the top speed. The black wind resonant storm blue and red light intertwined cutting plus frost immunity sickle shell tearing, combo critical hit minus 30,000. Break the defense. Luo Linai exploded into a DPS torrent, dash 25,000 x4, Li Xiu's missile group shot CD 50% to clear the magma, and the smell of molten explosive metal was pungent. The third point is obtained. Terminal connection crystal X1, black market handle permanently upgraded, virus immunity plus resource prediction plus 500%, plus experience potion X3. The strength soared, the level went straight to 17, and the whole server was crushed, the whole team's permanent buff, output plus 50%, speed plus 40%. During the process, a high-speed chase broke out. The Korean-style miniboss Purple Golden Scythe chased after it biting its tail, the Iron Fist combo hit the Falcon's tail and sparks flew, the AoE heat wave health bar dropped, dash 8,000, the pipe curve rolled and dangers were everywhere. Xiao Yi's backhand pulse cannon energy plus 200% bombardment, crit minus 40,000. The armor of Han Feng's chariot shattered, and he retreated with a livid face. Monsters, all marking points are lost, the guild takes revenge. The individual players in the black market widened their eyes through the live broadcast, and worshipped with trembling voices. 3 points, grab quickly. Guarding the Iron Demon's 7,000 defense is as good as paper. The Han Feng miniboss chased and narrowly defeated, the Iron Triangle's black market reputation skyrocketed by plus 1,000, and there was a surge of defection from individual members. Shen Qingqing's evidence was exposed, Han Zhao's resource theft was announced across the server, and the guild's reputation dropped by another 30%. Dozens of individual members' IDs flashed and applied to join the alliance, and they screamed in admiration, Team God. Take us in and race to slaughter Han Zhao. Shen Qingqing's projection was stable, her pretty face was relaxed and she whispered, perfect, the terminal crystal fuses the handle, the virus is cleared, and the coordinates of Han Zhao's ghost shadow blade are locked. But the crisis is not resolved. The undercurrent of the underground world is more intense, the full frequency of the black market Han Zhao's red roar resounds, and the purple gold fortress engine surges, Xiao Yi. The black market is deep, the network is ruthless, and the 100-member guild army has gathered to declare war on the district-wide racing competition. Traps are everywhere, and I will win the Thunder Engine prize pool. 500 people will become 1,000 people, and they will crush it to the end. The black fog is billowing on the East District racing stage, the laser net plus EMP minefield is activated, the murderous intention is like a net, and the storm is ready. The black fog billowing from the East District racing platform is like the breath of a giant beast, the laser network buzzes and cuts the air, the pungent smell of electric burns mixed with damp mold and rot hits your face, and the blue arc jumping in the ground minefield indicates a death trap. The lingering sound of Han Zhao's full-frequency roar echoed, causing the walls of the terminal hub to tremble. 1,000 cavalrymen are pressing down on the border, all shortcuts in the eastern part of the racing competition are sealed, and the Thunder Engine prize pool belongs to me. Xiao Yi, kneel down and present the blueprint. Black market dispersal human players came in like a tide, their eyes bloodshot and jealous and twisted, whispering like a volley of blades, Iron Triangle God's armor is complete. Although the reputation of Han Zhao Guild has dropped by 80%, the 1,000-person Purple Gold Fortress has a defense of 6,000 plus, the racing roadblock virus is flying all over the sky, and the top speed is 20,000%, but the speed is overturned by 99%. Live broadcast hot search, black market deep network speed to grab the coolness. Now the minefield in the East District is activated, the EMP hacker explodes the controller, the couple's infinite stacking dream is broken in the cemetery. Several ruthless characters fell to their knees with pale faces, and murmured fear, don't sign up. Han Zhao's ghost shadow blade controls the trap, and the exposure of evidence at the marked point is useless, the iron triangle kneels down and laughs at the whole server. The black market handle in Xiao Yi's palm pulsed with blue light. After the terminal crystal was fused, the red bar of the virus disappeared. The plus 500% prediction red mark was like a blood network covering the entire racing map. He sneered in his heart, and his ambition burned like a fire. Han Xiao stole the core, planted the virus, and exposed the insider. Your guild is about to collapse. This race is your funeral. On the surface, she gritted her teeth and roared, pretending to be desperate. Luo Li Xiu, the eastern area is full of minefields plus EMP, 1,000 people are encircling and suppressing the road at 100% speed. Although our thunder engine has 20,000%, the trap deceleration is debuff, 95%, and the escape rate is 0%. Luo Liu clenched her wedding ring in her hand, the golden light buzzed and reflected her beautiful face, her beautiful eyes were shining with water but as firm as ice, and she whispered in the fragrant wind, handsome guy, the full picture of the mind mark is shared. Resonance protection is activated, but Han Zhao's personal laser network defense is 7,000, and the air barricade hits the health bar. The green light scan is on the verge of collapse. His sweat reflects on the panel, and his voice is hoarse and trembling. Brother, the intelligence shows that Han Xiao has launched X500 plus virus warheads on the road block, and the shortcuts are all black. There is a surge of people defecting, but Han Xiao is offering a bounty of 5 million crystal stones to buy the head. There are dangers everywhere. Shen Qingqing's virtual projection flashed on, her pretty face was pale and the intelligence agent's shirt was tight. She was panting like a candle in the wind. Xiao Yi, VIP props are distributed. Black market acceleration crystal X3, speed plus 300% for 5 minutes, immune to minefields, EMP, plus secret shortcut volume, exclusive for terminal prediction, bypassing 90% of traps, but Han Xiao colluded with the black market trader, Shadow Blade, and he stole Xine's core evidence. The whole server announcement has exploded, and there is a wave of rebellion within the guild. In the racing race, he overtook the lead by 5 laps, and his experience accumulated infinitely. The black market passers-by's eyes bulged when they heard this, their legs went weak and they screamed with admiration and fear. Shen Qingqing personally provided the props. The backstage of the Iron Triangle black market is strong, and the traitor Han Xiao is exposed to the public. There will be internal strife, but 1,000 people will attack with laser rain, and the plan will be destroyed quickly. Xiao Yi's mind was spinning, and the psychological game unfolded like a chess game, suppress first and then advance, pretending to be weak to lure Han Xiao into using all his hidden moves, marking shortcuts to counterattack, and his reputation increased again and swept the entire server. He roared, action! The Falcon Chariot Fusion Black Wind Scythe is fully activated, and the hidden map scroll is activated. The alarms were blaring loudly in the entire area of the racing competition. The starting platform in the east area was lit up with lights rising into the sky. The engines of tens of thousands of players' chariots roared like a pack of thunder beasts. The heat and smoke burned their faces. Han Zhao's Zijin Fortress chariot took the lead, his bloodshot eyes locked on Xiao Yi, and his roar was deafening at full frequency. First round, the roadblock is released. The virus warhead locks the handle, crush. The 1,000-man cavalry behind is like a demonic wave, the missile cabin is preheating, and the Zijin sickle rotates at high speed and cuts the air. The live broadcast barrage was terrifying and collapsed. Han Xiao ranks 12th in the whole server, with 7,000 defense and 18,000% speed. Leading the way with Iron Triangle's level 17 divine equipment. The starting roadblock is hit X100, and the rollover rate is 100%. Xiao Yi's Falcon Thunder engine hummed suppressively, and sped out of the starting point with a top speed of 20,000%. The blue arc of the black wind scythe swept the roadblock and scattered iron fragments, cutting critical hit, 25,000x10, but the first wave of virus warheads rained down from Han Zhao's sinister move. The red light corroded the handle and buzzed, his panel alarm flashed wildly, virus debuff, 70%, prediction failure, the chariot trembled and nearly overturned, and the smell of tar choked his lungs. Luo Li's aerial auxiliary frost field exploded 200 meters away, the mist-frozen virus bombs crunched and shattered, and the beautiful watery eyes were firm and fragrant. Handsome guy, resonance breaks out. Dodge plus 100%. The torrent of golden light from the wedding ring draws blood plus output to DPS, the numbers of the ice arrow rain jump wildly, 20,000x8, immune to the virus. Hacker Li Xiu counter-invaded the green light snake and scurried into the source of the warhead, his voice trembling with excitement, shared shortcut markers. Activate the secret scroll, turn east around the minefield. Shen Qingqing's props accelerated the crystal fusion engine, speed explosion plus 300%. The falcon rushed into the black mist pipe like a ghost, sparks pierced the rusted iron wall, and the smell of moldy blood filled the air. Han Xiao smashed his iron fist on the ground and launched an AoE shockwave pursuit. Magma spewed out of the cracks in the ground. A shortcut to invisibility? The inner ghost shadow blade minefield is activated, and the EMP explodes the engine. Black market individual players live broadcasted from a distance, their eyes widened, their legs softened and they screamed. In the first lap, Iron Triangle broke through the virus rain, leading by 2 seconds with a speed of 30,000%. Han Zhao's 1,000 people bit the tail and the health bar dropped wildly. The team cooperates, Luo Linai's DPS dual core, Li Xiu's intelligence master, and Shen Qingqing's item king. On the second lap of the curve, Han Zhao's traitor shadow blade flashed and he smiled sinisterly. The core of Xin has been melted into my fortress, Xiao Yi, all resources belong to Han Xiao. The barricade steel thorns shot out like thousands of needles, the laser network buzzed and locked, and the blue light of the arc reflected the night sky. Xiao Yi snorted in his heart, and his psychological calculation was like lightning. The shadow blade was exposed, the server-wide announcement caused internal strife, and Han Xiao jumped over the wall in a hurry. Shadow Cloak has plus 50% invisibility and can sneak into the gaps between steel spikes, and plus 200% pulse cannon energy for counterbombing, crit minus 45,000. The barricade exploded. Luo Li's mist concealed 90% of the mid-air dive, the torrent of ice froze the laser net and creaked, Li Xiu's missile group fire CD, 50% clearing pile exploded and rumbled, and the smell of molten metal pungent, second shortcut mark, West Wing EMP surround. The three-man tank merged with the black market storm charge, blue and red light intertwined sickle shadow instant kill past Han Zhao's personal guards, combo, 35,000x5, armor breaking. Overtaking the leading lap time, the experience buff is infinitely superimposed x12, and the panel's golden light flashes, level peak +2, number 1 in the entire server. The crowds of people on the black market collapsed in admiration, their eyes were red and trembling with jealousy, winning 2 rounds in a row. The Iron Triangle's output plus 50% speed plus 40% permanent, the value of divine equipment crushes the top 10 in the entire server. Han Zhao's evil moves are all broken, the coordinates of the Shadow Blade Trader are exposed, and the guild self-destructs. The number of casual people has exceeded 10,000, reputation plus 2,000, racing prize pool Thunder Engine original black market, Han Xiao has a mountain of irrefutable evidence of theft. Han Zhao's face was livid and twisted, the purple gold fortress engine roared and bite, the iron fist hit the heat wave, range minus 10,000, and roared, the third round, the total attack roadblock x 300 plus virus wave. In the third round, the phosphorus rock curves will have ghost fire floating, the cold ghost cry slows down minus 80%, and the shadow blade claw hook chain is entangled. Xiao Yi predicts the weakness of the red mark on the handle, and the black wind resonant storm breaks out, cutting the trajectory and tearing the core, 50,000 critical hit. Break the defense. Luo Li's resonance treatment increased the DPS torrent, 30,000x6, Li Xiu's intelligence network hacker paralyzed the Shadow Blade AI, Shen Qingqing accelerated the crystal CD reset speed by 40,000% and rushed out of the corner, overtaking by 3 laps. Li Xiu slapped his shoulder and laughed, "Brother, Luo Mei is joining the gang." Intelligence shows that the Han Shao Guild in the racing competition has been eyeing the black market line, and there is an undercurrent of conspiracy. Outside the canyon, players surged in, worshipping and screaming like waves, "Great God! Take me flying! Black Market Cyclone Master, worship!" The figure of the Mad Bull fled in a panic, leaving broken tires on the ground. In the air, the residual heat of the engine is intertwined with the metallic fragrance of victory. Behind the hidden light door, a deeper undercurrent of the black market is quietly surging. The lava river on the 4th round terminal shortcut is surging, the heat wave is like a sea of fire, and Han Zhao's personal guards are raining down missiles. The pinnacle of Xiao Yi's psychological game, calm layout, sacrificing the cloak of shadow to lure the enemy, marking the entire map to counter an ambush. With the cloak fully open, the stealth rate is 90% and he flashes into the lava. The sickle blade chain arcs and clears the missile, Thunder, 40,000x10. Luo Li's frost immunity field freezes the river and Li Xiu's missile lasts a last hit and explodes with flames soaring into the sky, 4th shortcut locked, experience. On the core straight of the 5th lap, Han Shao made a desperate move and the guild attacked 1,000 people. The engine surged, the purple and gold sickle bit the tail and sparks flew, and the virus's ultimate warhead eroded with red light. Xiao Yi's top speed suppressed the burst by 50,000%, the handle's black market prediction plus 500% and the red mark fully locked the weaknesses, and the torrent of backhand pulse cannon bombarded Han Zhao's fortress, ultimate critical hit minus 80,000. Anti-breakage 5,000. Luo Li's wedding ring shared the ice arrow plus healing double explosion, Li Xiu's hacker virus backfired and paralyzed the guild, and Shen Qingqing's props were fused with the ultimate acceleration crystal, 5 consecutive wins. Experience. The eastern terminal platform was filled with smoke like a sea of hellfire. Burnt black iron filings rained down. The pungent smell of molten metal mixed with bloody and putrid stench penetrated the nostrils. The remains of chariots piled up into mountains, and the remaining blue arc electric light sizzled and twitched. Han Zhao's purple gold fortress armor shattered like a beggar's armor. His bloodshot eyes stared at Xiao Yi, his face twisted like a ghost's howl, and the engine roared with a full-range roar that shook the sky and the earth, 5 consecutive victories. What a joke! The Iron Triangle is nothing but brute force and brute force. The bounty of 5 million crystals is doubled. The guild's total attack immediately attacked the situation and bloodbathed the black market stronghold. Shen Qingqing, you remnant of evil spirits, chop off the sacrificial flag first. The 100-man legion of cavalry behind them surged like a black tide, the purple-gold sickle rotated at high speed and cut through the air with a roar, the missile cabin's preheating red light shone red in the night sky, and the virus warhead buzzed and locked the handle. The individual players in the black market retreated like a tide, their eyes were round and bloodshot, their legs were weak and they knelt down with trembling voices and screamed in fear, although the reputation of the Han Shao Guild has been reduced to 0 and there is internal strife. The 100-man elite purple armor has a defense of 5,000 plus a speed of 15,000%. The general attack roadblocks are full of viruses. The magic equipment of the Iron Triangle racing competition is even stronger. The black market stronghold has a defense of 3,000 and a speed blockade, and the speed is 99%. Live broadcast hot. Search and bombing, Han Shao jumped over the wall. Hundreds of people from the Shadow Blade party surrounded and suppressed, Shen Qingqing's coordinates were exposed, the Iron Triangle experience buff shattered the dream of the cemetery, and the tide of defections stopped. A few ruthless stragglers turned pale and murmured in despair, "Don't come close." Han Zhao's personal laser network plus EMP general attack, the marked points are all black, the top speed of the Falcon tank is 50,000%, and the whole server is mocked. The blue light of the black market handle in Xiao Yi's palm pulsed wildly, and the terminal crystal's red mark was like a blood network covering the entire map of the black market stronghold. He sneered in his heart and said, "Han Xiao, the general attack just delivered resources." The mole blew himself up and the guild collapsed. "This black market is your swan song." On the surface, he gritted his teeth and growled, feigning despair, and the falcon chariot engine muffled his voice. "Luo Li, Li Xiu, Shen Qingqing, 7,000 laser defense at the east gate of the black market stronghold, EMP virus wave on the west wing, rain of tail-biting missiles from 100-man cavalry, IR speed is 50,000% plus sickle blade cutting is also slowed down by debuff, 90%, and the escape rate is 0%. Luo Liu held the wedding ring tightly in her hand and the golden light buzzed, her beautiful eyes were shining with water, her beautiful face was pale, and the fragrant breeze was whispering in her nostrils. Trembling, handsome guy, share the mind mark. Resonance protection is activated, but Han Zhao's Iron Fist AoE range shock wave health bar is empty in seconds, and the frost field can't control hundreds of people at 200 meters. Li Xiu's intelligence tank scanned the edge of collapse with green light, beads of sweat dripping against the panel, his voice was hoarse and frightened. "Brother, the intelligence shows that Han Xiao has deployed barricades." Shen Qingqing's virtual projection was flickering, her pretty face was as pale as paper and her shirt was taut. She was panting rapidly and her chest was heaving. Determination flashed in her eyes. "Xiao Yi, I surrender. The inner culprit is not me. It's the Shadow Blade Party who colluded with Han Xiao. My identity as a black market intelligence agent has been exposed, and the prop library is fully open to help. Black Market Ultimate Crystal X5, speed plus 500% for 10 minutes, fully immune to Virus E, MP Minefield, plus Stronghold Blueprint Mark, predicted weakness plus 1000%, was released, but the missile flood peaked with 100 people, and the stronghold was quickly destroyed. Passers-by in the black market heard the news, their eyes bulged, their legs went weak, they screamed, worshipped and feared, and collapsed. Shen Qingqing surrendered, the king of props. The backstage of the Iron Triangle black market is tough, Han Zhao's inner ghosts are all exposed, but the laser rain of the 100-man army is scheduled to kneel down quickly. The black market stronghold's alarm blared like thousands of ghosts howling, the huge east gate opened with a bang and the lights shot into the sky, the engines of hundreds of cavalry roared and thunder beasts roared, the heat waves scalded their faces. Han Xiao's Zijin fortress led the Iron Fist and smashed the ground, the AoE shock wave cracked the ground, lava spewed out, first wave, released the barricade. Virus lock handle, crush. The red light of the missile cabin burst out, virus warheads poured out like blood rain, buzzing and eroding, the laser net buzzed and cut the air, blue arc reflected the red iron wall. The live broadcast barrage exploded with fear. Han Xiao is ranked 12th in the whole server, with 100-man defense of 6,000 speed of 18,000%. The Iron Triangle's level 19 divine equipment leads the way. The starting Virus X 200 hits, and the rollover rate is 100%. Xiao Yi Falcon the Thunder engine merges with the Black Wind and the Sickle Blade hums and suppresses. It rushes out of the stronghold at a top speed of 50,000%. The ultimate black market crystal speed explodes plus 500% like a ghost. The blue arc sweeping missile of the Sickle Blade splashes iron fragments, cutting critical hit -60,000 x 15, but Han Xiao tricked the virus and the ultimate red light eroded the handle and trembled violently. The panel alarm flashed wildly, virus debuff, 80%, predictive failure, the tank nearly rolled over, the tar smelly, choking lungs, and iron filings hit his face. Luo Li's aerial auxiliary frost field exploded at 300 meters, and the mist-frozen virus bombs crunched and shattered like thousands of ice needles. The beautiful eyes were firm and the fragrance was blowing, and he roared, "Handsome guy, resonance burst max. Dodge plus 150% plus frost immunity." The torrent of golden light from the wedding ring draws blood plus output to the DPS core, and the numbers of the ice arrows jump wildly, -40,000 x 12, all viruses are cleared. Hacker Li Xiu counter-invaded the green light electric snake like 10,000 pythons and rushed into Han Zhao's communication source. His voice trembled with excitement and screamed, "Communications paralysis. The entire screen of the 100-man army is black, and the mole marks the west wing of the shared stronghold. Shen Qingqing's blueprint mark is activated, and the handle's red mark is the weak point. The controller's full map command is like a god descending, the east gate laser weakness is locked, counterattack ambush." The black market scattered people broadcast live from a distance, eyes wide and round legs soft, worshipping and screaming, the first wave of overtaking. The iron triangle cracked the virus peak, with a speed of 60,000%, leading by 5 seconds, Han Zhao's hundreds of people biting their tails and losing their health bars and killing each other. The god team is invincible, Li Xiu is the hacker god, Luo Li Nai's DPS double explodes, Shen Qingqing surrenders and the blueprint king explodes. The second wave of attacks on the west wing curved, and the shadow of Han Zhao's traitor shadow blade remnants flashed with a sinister smile, roaring intermittently across the frequency range. The core of Xin belongs to Han Xiao, and the stronghold resources are forged. The steel barricades buzzed with thousands of needles, the laser net locked on the arc with dazzling blue light, and the blue arc of the EMP minefield was preheated. Xiao Yi snorted in his heart and mentally calculated the lightning. Communication was paralyzed and internal strife broke out, mark the weakness and fight back. Shadow cloak invisibility plus 90% ghostly flash into the steel thorn gap, pulse cannon energy plus 300% fused thunder engine counterattack, crit minus 80,000. The roadblock was destroyed. Luo Li's mist concealed 95% of the mid-air dive, the frost torrent froze the laser network, and the laser net creaked and crackled. Li Xiu's missile group fired CD 70% to clear the sting pile, and the explosion rumbled and the smell of molten metal was pungent and scalding the lungs. Second mark, EMP detour to the north. The three-man tank black market storm charge merged, blue and red light intertwined, sickle shadow instantly killed and passed Han Zhao's personal guards, combo attack, 50,000 x8, the armor was completely shattered. Going ahead, the experience buff is infinitely superimposed x17 golden light flashing panel explosion, level peak plus 3, the only level 20 in the whole server. The crowds in the black market collapsed and screamed in admiration, their eyes were red with jealousy and their legs were weak, 2 waves in a row. The output of the iron triangle is plus 70% speed plus 60% permanent, the value of the divine equipment exceeds the top 100 in the server. Han Zhao's communication black screen army self-destructed, the coordinates of the Shadow Blade remaining party exposed the internal strife. The individual people knelt down to break 200,000, reputation plus 3,000 total plus 5,000, stronghold resources were pre-seized. Han Zhao's ironclad evidence of theft has been released to the public on all servers. Han Zhao's face was as green as a dead man and twisted. The purple gold fortress engine roared and attacked with iron fists and hot waves, range, 15,000. He roared intermittently, the third wave, total attack roadblock X800 plus virus nuclear explosion. The third wave of North Bend phosphorus lava river ghost fire drifted and the cold ghost cry slowed down by minus 90%, and the shadow blade claw hook chain was wrapped around Baidao. Xiao Yi's controller prediction plus 1000% locks all red-marked weaknesses, and the black wind resonance storm breaks out, cutting the trajectory and tearing the core, 70,000 critical hit. Break all defenses. Luo Li's resonance treatment increased the DPS torrent, 50,000 x 10, Li Xiu's intelligence network hacker paralyzed the remaining party's AI, Shen Qingqing's ultimate crystal CD reset speed was 70,000%, and sprang out of the corner, surpassing the total attack. The armor of Han Zhao's chariot collapsed, and his bloodshot eyes collapsed and he roared back, "Monster!" The prize pool of the racing competition has changed hands, but Shen Qingqing, you traitor. Shen Qingqing's projected pretty face flashed with strange light, and he whispered hastily, "Xiao Yi, victory." But the black market is in deep crisis, and the Shadow Blade gang has locked my coordinates. The lights at the end of the Eastern District are skyrocketing, undercurrents are surging in the black mist, the shadow of betrayal is quietly shrouding, and the storm is rising again. The fifth wave of the final attack, Han Shao made a desperate move, the remaining 50 cavalry engines surged, purple and gold sickles bite their tails, sparks flew, and the red light of the viral nuclear bombs eroded the entire frequency range. With only 10% of his health bar, he roared and locked onto Shao Yi, double duel. I am 10th in the whole server at level 12, and I will crush you, a level 19 barbarian. Shao Yi's Falcon suppressed the explosion at 80,000% at top speed, black market prediction plus 1000% of the handle's red mark weaknesses were all locked, and the backhand black wind sickle blade exploded like a death scythe in an instant killing trajectory, ultimate critical hit minus 120,000. Anti-breakage 8,000. Han Zhao's fortress armor was wiped out and exploded, rumbling like rain of iron shavings. Luo Li's wedding ring's vision was shared by ice arrows and the road was blocked, 60,000. Li Xiu's virus backfired and the guild was crippled. Li Xiu's hacker paralyzed Shen Qingqing's props and accelerated the final fusion. First kill. Experience X20 stacks, level 21, crushing all servers, all stronghold resources collected. Han Zhao's chariot collapsed, his figure jumped out of the purple gold armor, and the iron fist blasted into the sky with heat waves, but Shao Yi was invisible and used a sword to seal his throat and pulse-fused sickle blade, one hit to kill, 150,000. Han Zhao's health bar was cleared, his body turned into light particles and scattered, and the system announced the whole server roaring, Han Zhao's first kill. Iron Triangle Black Market Stronghold Guard S-level achievement, Resource Library plus Xeon Core X5 plus Virus Source Code all collected. Passers-by in the black market stared in disbelief, their voices trembled and they screamed crazily, kneeling down and worshipping, Han Zhao's first kill. Iron Triangle speed in a duel can crush the throat with a sword, divine values swept across the server, the guild collapsed and all resources were returned, and individual members joined the alliance to gain a peak reputation of 500,000 plus 10,000. The public screens of the entire server were filled with golden light scrolling, Iron Triangle is invincible. The black market dominates, Han Zhao's guild is disbanded, and his reputation skyrockets to the top in the server. Shen Qingqing projected her pretty face with a rosy breath and admired, Shao Yi, the crisis has been resolved, and the black market has opened up. Luo Li leaned against the fragrant breeze and her beautiful eyes were watery, handsome guy, invincible. Li Xiu shouted excitedly, brother, a super guild is formed. The lights of the East District stronghold were soaring, and in the smoke of gunpowder, the system made a full-frequency announcement, national war for all servers has begun. The Iron Triangle Super Guild is recruiting to rule the world. The undercurrent surges again, the storm peaks. The lights at the core of the East District stronghold are boiling like a sea of blood. The purple hidden core, the golden light scrolled across the entire public screen of the server and exploded, Iron Triangle kills Han Shao for the first time. Black Market Stronghold S-level guard achievement, all resources will be returned after the guild is disbanded, reputation plus 10,000 total peak, Black Market violent rule begins. The black market stragglers knelt down like a flood, their eyes were bloodshot and wide and trembling, their legs were as weak as mud and their voices were hoarse and they screamed wildly, Han Zhao's 11th sword in the server seals the throat. The Iron Triangle's level 21 divine equipment has a speed of 80,000% and an instant kill with sickle shadow. The guild collapses, all the internal ghosts are wiped out, and 500,000 individual members join the alliance and their reputation is at its peak. The live broadcast hot search exploded, the black market dominates, the Iron Triangle is invincible, Han Zhao's dog thief resource library is forged to create myths, who dares to fight in the warm-up of the national war. The engine of Shao Yi's falcon chariot roared with power, the blue arc of the black wind sickle blade sizzled and converged, the blue light of the black market handle in his palm jumped wildly, and the terminal connection crystal precognition red mark swept the entire map, sneering at the burning ambition, Han Shao is just a stepping stone, the black market resources are fully opened, and the super guild will dominate immediately. On the surface, he frowned and pretended to be worried. He glanced at the crowd and shouted, brothers, the remnants of Han Zhao's shadow blades are lurking in the deep network of the black market. Intelligence shows that the second Purple Flame Alliance in the server has colluded to counterattack. Thousands of elites are barricading the Virus Wave plus laser network for a general attack. The stronghold's defense line is rapidly collapsing. No matter how strong our level 21 divine equipment is, the experience buff will X20 can't stop the inner ghost from infiltrating. Debuff, 95%, and the dream-breaking rate of guild formation is 99%. Luo Li leaned against her side and held the wedding ring in her hand. The group fights AoE, and thousands of people can't control it at 300 meters in the frost field. Li Xiu's intelligence tank was on the verge of collapse with green light, beads of sweat dripping down the panel, and he murmured hoarsely in fear, "Brother, the hacker scanned the source code of the Purple Flame Alliance virus and backfired." Han Zhao's remnant party's projection laughed sinisterly, the individual ghosts activated the trap, and the tide of joining the alliance was stopped and the whole server was laughed at. Shen Qingqing's virtual projection showed a pretty face with a pale white shirt, and her chest was taut and rising and falling rapidly. Her eyes flashed with determination, and she roared in the middle of her breath, "Shao Yi, deep crisis in the black market. The Purple Flame Alliance has bribed the Shadow Blade Party, the weakness mark of the resource library has been exposed, the ultimate crystal eyes bulging and bloody, jealousy and fear intertwined," and he collapsed and screamed, "The Purple Flame Alliance has the 2000th elite purple suit in the entire server, Han Zhao's remnant party has a flood of revenge missiles plus EMP minefields. The Iron Triangle stronghold will implode no matter how much resources it has, and the scattered people have fled to the black market cemetery of broken dreams. Hot search prophecy, guild formation failed, 21 level rapid leadership has become a joke, Xian's general attack and bloodbath have reduced reputation to 0. The stronghold alarm sounded, and thousands of ghosts howled and roared. The purple flame projection at the entrance to the deep network in the east wing floated coldly like a will-o'-the-wisp. Han Feng, the leader of Han Zhao's remnant party, jumped out of the purple and gold armor and twisted his face as pale as a corpse. His bloodshot eyes stared at Shao Yi, and the full-frequency roar shook the sky and the earth. The engine roared, "Shao Yi. I am the 15th in the whole server, Han Feng, the Purple Flame Alliance is thousands. The Iron Cavalry surges forward, and the source code of the virus bites your controller. The resource library is fully melted. The bounty of 10 million spar is restored, and the Iron Triangle is sacrificed to Han Zhao. Thousands of elite Iron Cavalry are surging behind, the Purple Flame sickle is whistling through the air as it rotates at high speed, the missile cabin is preheating and the red light shines red in the night sky, and the laser net is buzzing and blue arc locking the entire stronghold. The tide of individual players retreated, their legs weak and screamed, Han Feng's revenge. Purple Flame defense 9000 speed 25,000% total attack, mole mark activation roadblock X 1000, Iron Triangle speed 80,000% and slowdown debuff, 99%, guild formation is destroyed quickly. Shao Yi coldly snorted in his heart and mentally calculated lightning, the remaining party surrendered, and the intelligence network was fully open to counterattack. The handle's terminal crystal's red-marked weakness was locked. He gritted his teeth and roared in despair. The Falcon engine suppressed burst out of the stronghold at a top speed of 80,000%. The ultimate black market crystal's burst speed was plus 500% ghostly flash. Shadow Cloak made it invisible at 95%. The Sickle Blade's blue arc sweep missile was splattered with broken metal, cutting critical hit, 150,000x20. But Han Feng's insidious trick caused the virus source code to erode the green light, the handle trembled violently, the panel alarm flashed wildly, backlash debuff, 90%, predictive failure, the tank nearly turned over, and the stench of scorched soil choked the lungs and the iron filings hit the face. Luo Li's airborne frost field exploded 400 meters away, and the upgraded fog-freezing virus bombs crunched and shattered like 10,000 ice needles. The beautiful eyes were firm and the fragrance was blowing into the nostrils and he roared, "Handsome guy, resonance burst max plus wedding ring expansion. The guild shares a 5% experience buff, dodge plus 200% plus frost immunity for the whole team. The torrent of golden light from the wedding ring draws blood and turns into a DPS core, and the numbers of the ice arrows jump wildly, 80,000 x 15, all viruses are cleared. Hacker Li Xiu counter-intruded into the green light electric snake one python and rushed into the source of Hanfeng's communication. His voice was trembling with excitement and he screamed, "Communications are paralyzed. The whole frequency of the 1,000 Cavalry Legion is black, and the remnant's mark is shared with the deep network. All the ghosts in the West Wing are exposed. Shen Qingqing's blueprint mark is activated, and the controller's full command is like a god descending. Xeon Core X5 Fusion Tank Pulse Cannon Energy plus 500%, Deep Resource Library is opened. Mythical Blueprint X10 plus Virus Source Code Reversal Buff, the guild is formed immediately. Xiao Yi roared, and the system announcement roared in the full frequency range, Black Market Cyclone League Super Guild is established. President Xiao Yi, Vice President Luo Li, Intelligence Chief Li Xiu, and Props Officer Shen Qingqing have recruited thousands of elites, with a reputation threshold of 5,000, and black market resource sharing. The crowd of scattered people collapsed in worship, their eyes were wide open and their legs were weak. They screamed and knelt down to worship and join the alliance. The wave, the black market is soaring and the alliance is established. The Iron Triangle is invincible at level 21, thousands of elites are invincible at speed plus 70% output plus 80% permanent buff, and thousands of Han Feng cavalry bite their tails and kill each other. Internal strife. Live barrage worship, guild shared wedding ring 5% experience. The first wave of deep network counterattacks, the leader of Han Feng Purple Flame Fortress smashed the ground with an iron fist, the AoE shock wave cracked the ground, magma spewed out and chirped, cast the roadblock X2000. Virus lock, crush. But the hacker of Li Xiu's intelligence network paralyzed the AI, Shen Qingqing's prop officer's ultimate crystal team quickly exploded 90,000%, Xiao Yi's black wind resonance storm broke out, cut the trajectory and tore the core, -200000 critical hit. Break all defenses. Luo Li's mist hides 98% of the air, dives in the air, torrent of ice freezes, the laser net creaks and cracks, and the guild's elite 1,000 cavalry sickle blades combo, group fight, 100000x500, the heat wave burns the lungs and the smell of molten metal is pungent. Han Feng's face turned pale and twisted, and he murmured regretfully, "Impossible, the virus source code backfired and failed, the guild's shared buff value was crushed," Qianqi's health bar dropped wildly, and he exploded. A passerby broadcast from a distance, his eyes red with jealousy and trembling, the first wave of divine rebellion. The alliance speed was 90,000% to lead for 10 seconds, Han Feng's fortress armor was wiped out, and all the ghosts in the remaining party were exposed and wiped out. The core of the fourth wave of strongholds leads straight to a river of lava, a sea of heat, and a sea of fire that engulfs the sky. Han Zhao's 50 personal guards rain down missiles with red tails. Xiao Yi is at the pinnacle of his psychological game, calmly laying out his strategy, all the enemy's trapping marks are buried behind his cloak. The stealth rate is 95% and he flashes into the magma. The sickle blade chain arcs and the air-clearing missile, thunder and lightning, 60,000 x 20. Luo Li's frost immunity field is frozen with a loud crunching sound. Li Xiu's missile lasts a last hit and explodes with flames soaring into the sky and making the whole audience red, the fourth mark, experience. The alarm of the high-level dungeon, Netherworld Abyss, was activated, and the guild's thousands of elite engines surged straight into the entrance. Xiao Yi led the black market storm charge, and the blue and red lights intertwined with the sickle shadow to instantly kill the boss minions. First kill combo, 300000x100, Luo Yi. The 500-meter group control fog in the ice frost field froze the abyss ghosts and shattered. Shen Qingqing's prop library distributed mythical equipment, purple hidden divine armor, defense plus 5,000, speed plus 50%, sickle blade soul, crit plus 200%, unified by the whole team. Li Xiu's intelligence predicts weaknesses plus 2,000%, and the experience buff guild shares the golden flashing panel explosion. Level 23 crushes all servers, first kill S++ achievement x3. The individual spectators watched the battle with bulging eyes and collapsed in admiration, the first kill in the abyss. The Hurricane League has mythical numerical values, output plus 150% speed plus 120% permanent, unified equipment to crush the top 10 in the whole server. The Korean-style Remnants live broadcast is stupid. In the core strait of the third wave of the Korean-style deep network, the remnants of the 50 cavalry roared and bit their tails with sparks. His purple flame fortress with 10% health bar roared and locked, counterattack in a one-on-one fight. I have 9,000 defense and 30,000% speed. I'll chop you up. But Xiao Yi's top speed of 110,000% suppressed the explosion. The black market prediction of the handle's red mark weaknesses were all locked, and his backhand black wind scythe chain was like a death-like instant kill, one-hit kill, 400,000. Anti-breakage 15,000. The armor of Han Feng Fortress was destroyed by dust, and the explosion rumbled like iron shavings like rain. His silhouette jumped out of the armored iron fist and blasted into the sky with a heat wave. His voice was desperate and regretful, and he howled, "No." The guild shared unlimited buffs, and all the resources were plundered. I was wrong. Purple Flame was disbanded. Xiao Yingying ducked and pulse fused with the sickle blade to seal his throat with a sword, ultimate, 500,000. Han Feng's health bar cleared, light particles scattered, and the system announced a full-frequency shock, Han Feng's first kill. The SSS achievement of the Black Market Cyclonus Alliance annihilating the remnants of the party, the entire Xian resource library was collected, and the entire server collapsed for the second time. Thousands of guild elites' eyes were rounded with bloodshot eyes, their legs were weak and they knelt down with trembling voices and they were worshipping wildly. Han Feng sealed his throat with a sword. The 23rd level mythical equipment of the Cyclonus Alliance has a speed of 110,000% and output plus 200%. It is invincible in all servers. Individuals who joined the Alliance broke 1 million reputations and gained a total of 20,000 myths. Hot Search Peak, Black Market Rule, National War Preheating, Cyclonus Alliance rules the sky, Purple Flame Dog Thieves regret that all the ghosts inside are annihilated. Luo Li leaned against the fragrant wind. Her beautiful eyes were watery and she whispered, "Handsome guy, the guild is invincible." Li Xiu shouted excitedly, "Brother, the intelligence network is fully open, the equipment myth is unified." Shen Qingqing's pretty face was rosy and she gasped in admiration, "The deep black market is all back, and the dungeon kills the resource peak." The golden light of the public screen of the server scrolled, "The strength of the Black Market Cyclone League is the first in the server, crushing the second by 500%, the list of the National War competition is announced, Cyclone League vs Abyss Alliance, the decisive battle at the top of the world." The core of the stronghold is filled with purple light, the smoke clears and the storm rises again, the undercurrent of the ruling night is turbulent. The purple afterglow at the core of the stronghold receded slowly like a tide, and the iron filings on the scorched earth were still trembling slightly in the heat wave. The air was filled with the burnt aroma of molten metal and the faint sour odor of virus residue, which was gradually blown away by the night wind into a refreshing coolness. The engines of the thousands of elites of the Black Market Turbulence League quietly stopped, and the tanks stood silently in an array like a steel forest. Their panels flashed with golden light, and the levels were synchronized to crush the entire level 23 server. Purple Hidden Divine Armor's defense plus 5,000 speed plus 50% glowed uniformly, and the soul of the Sickle Blade's critical strike plus 200% buzzing pulsation. Individual players came in like a tide, and millions of applications to join the alliance flooded the guild channel like snowflakes. Their eyes were bloodshot and widened, and their legs were soft and they knelt down with hoarse and trembling voices, the myth of the Hurricane League. The only one in the whole server at level 23, Han Feng sealed his throat with his sword and killed the SSS for the first time, the resource library god. Talking Blueprint. Xiao Yi's Falcon chariot engine roared with residual heat, the blue arc of the black wind sickle converged into a dim light, the blue light of the black market handle in his palm pulsed steadily, the red mark of terminal connection crystal precognition swept the global map, the purple flame resource library mark was fully opened, and the total amount of crystals surged to 12,000. On the surface, he frowned slightly, glanced at everyone and said in a low voice, "Brothers, although Han Feng is extinct, the Abyss Alliance, the remnant party of the Purple Flame, has locked in the national battle list. The second Abyss fortress in the whole server has a defense of 15,000, a speed of 50,000%, and a 10,000 cavalry pressure. In the 10 battles in the preliminaries, we are two. No matter how powerful the level 3 divine equipment is, the experience sharing the light buzzed, the water in his beautiful eyes flashed, and he whispered tremblingly, "Handsome guy, the soul mark resonance body protection is activated, but the Abyss AoE Ghost Fire has a 300-meter range slowdown of 95%, and the 500-meter field control of the frost field cannot stop the crowd of people." Li Xiu intelligence chariot. The green light was steady, beads of sweat wiped off the panel, and he murmured in suppressed fear, "Brother, hackers scan the hidden blueprint of the Abyss Alliance, Han Zhao's Revenge Alliance projected collusion, border resource point virus traps." Shen Qingqing's virtual projection of a pretty face turned pale and his shirt rose and fell, his eyes flashed with determination, and he gasped and roared, "Xiao Yi! All the deep resources in the black market have returned, but Abyss bought Han Zhao's remnant party intelligence network, and the ultimate crystal speed plus 500% failure was exposed, and the guild's preliminaries winning streak was shattered." The guild elite heard that their legs were weak and they knelt down deeper, their eyes were bulging and blood red, and they collapsed and screamed, "The 20,000th elite purple gold fortress in the Abyss Alliance server, Han Zhao's Revenge Alliance missiles, the general attack of the Flood Peak plus EMP minefield, the stronghold of the Cyclonus Alliance imploded, and the level 23 lead became a joke. Hot search prediction, the national war preliminaries will kneel down quickly, the guild's shared buff value will be melted, and the reputation will be reduced to zero in the black market cemetery." The golden light scrolled across the public screen of the server and passers-by. Players ridiculed, "Iron Triangle Korean style's first kill is great. Thousands of knights in the Abyss invade the realm, the first battle of the preliminaries is an AoE bloodbath, and the Cyclonus Alliance is scattered." Just when his morale was on the verge of collapse, Xiao Yi sneered in his heart and made a mental calculation, "The Abyss is sending his head, and the black market handles are fully open to reverse the situation." On the surface, he gritted his teeth in despair, and the global resource point peak with a red crystal on the handle terminal was locked, and the system announcement roared in full frequency, "Black Market Storm Alliance enters the preliminaries of the national war. The underground network of the handle is fully opened, marking global hidden resource points x50, member speed plus 150% output plus 250% temporary buff. The first battle area East China Sea Abyss challenges the Abyss Alliance subrouter." The guild's elite panel flashed with golden light, and the Scythe Soul's critical hit plus 200% roared. The engine surge went straight to the entrance of the preliminaries. The passers-by's eyes widened during the long-distance live broadcast, and their legs softened and they screamed wildly, "The black market of the handle is predicted plus 2000%. Global resource shortcut mark, the 23rd level speed of the Hurricane League is 110,000%, and the Abyss is on its knees. Barrage worship, the guild shares the myth, the value crushes the entire server, and the preliminaries win streak is scheduled." The first area of the preliminaries is the East China Sea Abyss. The sea breeze is salty and fishy. The Abyss Alliance is at the helm of the 1,000 cavalry iron fortress. The purple flame will rotates and cuts the water. The leader Abyss Ghost will lock the top 30 defense in the server with 12,000 speed and 40,000% roar. Hurry Alliance. Han Feng and Han Zhao's first kill is nothing. The Netherworld Ghost Fire AoE slowdown is 99% plus the virus tide drowns you. But Li, the green light snake of the hacker who repaired the intelligence tank, rushed in, and all the weaknesses of the paralyzed communication AI were exposed. His voice shook with excitement and screamed, "Weakness locked. Fortress Core Crystal Red Mark, Virus Source Code Reversal Buff is on. Shenqingqing's prop library blueprint was activated, unlimited potions were distributed in a torrent, ultimate crystal speed explosion plus 700% plus immune debuff to the whole team, and the guild elite's health bar was full and the engine exploded. Xiao Yi rushed out with 120,000% suppression at top speed, and the black wind sickle blade and blue arc swept the will-o'-the-wisp and shattered it into pieces, cutting critical hit -300000x30. The 600-meter fog in the frost field in the sky of Luoli freezes the sea surface with thousands of ice needles, and the beautiful eyes are firm and the fragrant wind roars, resonance burst max. Wedding ring experience stack x22, dodge plus 250% plus output torrent. The golden light of the wedding ring turns the blood into a DPS digital jump, -200000x25, thousands of cavalry sickle blades were attacked in a group fight. The Abyss Ghost General's face turned pale and twisted, and he murmured regretfully, "Impossible, the controller predicts the shortcut resource buff, the value is crushed 1,000 times, and the fortress armor is wiped out." The system announced to the sky, "First kill in the first battle in the region." The Cyclonus Alliance wins 1/10 in a row, reputation plus 5,000. The elites of the guild, with blood-red eyes, knelt down and roared in admiration, one wave of rapid destruction. Level 23 leads with a super speed of 20 seconds, and all the resources of the Abyss Helm are plundered. From the 2nd to 5th battles in a row, the black market handle marks the blue peak of hidden resource points around the world, the shortcuts to the nether mine and the lava secret realm are all open, the guild elite equipment is upgraded to purple hidden divine armor, defense plus 6,000, sickle blade critical strike plus 250%, morale is boiling like a volcano. Passersby's live broadcast barrage collapsed and envy, 5 consecutive wins. Cyclonus Alliance resource buff plus controller prediction, the Abyss Alliance is at the helm of 5 annihilations and the whole server is shocked. Individuals regret not joining the Alliance sooner. In the 6th battle in the border desert, Han Zhao's Revenge Alliance was ruined. The party projection appeared, Han Iron, Han Blade, Han Shadow, Han Yu and Han Feng. 500 iron cavalry engines roared in the dust and the heat wave scalded their lungs. Their purple armor was twisted and their faces were ashen. The leader, Han Kan, roared to the sky, "Revenge." Han Xiao, Han Feng's blood debt, virus missile plus grapple chain attack, chop Xiao Yi. The guild elite heard the sound of weak legs and screamed in panic, Avenge Alliance is resurrected in the whole server. Anti-10,000 speed 45,000% small-scale conflict, debuff effect -90% bloodbath. But Shenqingqing's unlimited potion exploded by 800%, Li Xiu's hacker counterattacked the green light and paralyzed the python, and the chain buzzed and broke, and Xiao Yi's 98% dodge pulse cannon merged with the sickle blade to kill instantly, -400000x50. Luo Li's mist hides in the air and dives into the rain of ice arrows, -250000x40, Han's remaining health bar is cleared and light particles are scattered, and the system announces the full frequency, first victory in the border conflict. Han Zhao's Revenge Alliance is annihilated, resources plus mythical blueprint x5. The elite's legs turned weak and they knelt down and went crazy, narrowly defeated the Divine Rebellion. The Ghost in the Revenge Alliance self-destructed, and the Cyclonus Alliance's numerical value is invincible. At the climax of the 7th to 10th battles, Luo Li's romantic aerial wedding upgrade was launched. The sea-to-sky racing track was filled with clouds and mist, and the wind was whistling in her ears. Her beautiful eyes were staring at Xiao Yi, and the jade wedding ring was flashing with golden light and buzzing harshly, "Handsome man, on the eve of the national war, a vow in the air, unlimited experience stack x22 capped." The system's brilliance poured out, and the full-frequency romantic announcement flooded the screen, Iron Triangle aerial wedding upgrade. Luo Li Xiaoyi's intimacy level is max +2, the husband and wife buff expansion is shared by the guild by 10%, the experience peak plus the whole team level is 24. The guild's elite panel exploded with gold, output plus 300% speed plus 180% permanent, the last fortress of the Abyss Alliance was wiped out in the roar of the pulse cannon, and the will-o'-the-wisps crunched and shattered, the sea water boiled and the stench rose to the sky. The crowd's eyes bulged and they collapsed in admiration, the myth of 10 consecutive victories. The only wedding ring upgrade experience. The smoke cleared and the preliminaries were over. The guild camp was brightly lit and the bonfire was crackling. The aroma of barbecue was filling the nostrils. The elites were toasting and reveling with loud cheers. They knelt down and worshipped. Guild God Team, level 24 speed 130,000% sickle shadow instant kill, handle black market rule fully activated, morale is high. Who can compete in the finals? Li Xiu shouted excitedly, the green light of the intelligence panel flashed, brother, the Abyss Alliance has all the weaknesses. Lock, the remnants of revenge are exposed. Shen Qingqing's pretty face was rosy, panting and distributing the potion, and she whispered admiringly, unlimited supply, the final resources are at their peak. Luo Li leaned into Xiao Yi's arms, the fragrance lingering in her nose, her beautiful eyes whispered softly, handsome boy, rule the world, together. Xiao Yi sneered at the burning ambition, and the red mark final map was locked on the handle, and the golden light scrolled on the public screen of the whole server, the finals of the National War competition begin. The Black Market Cyclonus Alliance vs the Abyss Alliance, tens of thousands of people are fighting against each other at the top of the world, and it's about to break out. Thousands of cavalry engines roar and gather outside the camp, the storm rises again and the undercurrent surges, and the battle for domination begins. Outside the camp, Wanqi's engine roared like a hell wave. The night wind was mixed with the stench of sea salt and burning engine oil. The projection of the purple-gold fortress of the Abyss Alliance stood loudly on the Tianyu final map. The golden light scrolled across the public screen of the server and taunted and exploded, 10 consecutive wins in the preliminaries of the Hurricane League. Abyss 1 Elite Defense 20,000 Speed 80,000% Purple Flame while rotating cutting AoE, Virus Abyss Debuff F, 99% A Wave of Bloodbath, the level 24 godlike joke quickly kneeled down. The guild elite knelt down with weak legs and bloodshot eyes. His voice was hoarse and trembling with fear, President. The Abyss Alliance ranked first in the server. The boss team summoned the Ghost Fire for 500 meters to slow down 99% plus EMP minefield chains. The ultimate track collapsed in a lava storm. Our speed was 130,000%. Unable to stop the crowds of people, the reputation is reduced to zero in the black market cemetery. Li Xiu's intelligence panel flashed with green light, and he was sweating like rain. His face turned pale and he murmured, brother, hackers scanned the hidden blueprints in the abyss, and Han Zhao's remnant party projected the virus missile flood peak that revived Han Feng and Han Railway's 1,000 people's remaining party. All shortcuts in the first level of the final were blocked, and the numerical lead was 500%. The dream was shattered. Luo Liu held the wedding ring tightly in her hand and the golden light buzzed faintly. Her beautiful eyes were pale and trembling as she whispered, handsome guy, even the max of mind mark resonance body protection is hard to block, and the 700-meter field control debuff immunity in the frost field is invalid. Shen Qingqing's pretty face twisted and gasping for projection, and his eyes flashed with despair. Infinite potion rapid explosion plus 900% fully open, but the Abyss Demon King's health bar is 5 million, and the guild's shared buff melting rate is 95%. The full frequency system announcement roared, the National War Finals begin. Black Market Cyclonus Alliance vs Abyss Alliance, the ultimate racetrack, Sky Realm Abyss, where tens of thousands of people battle, the first level of the lava storm racetrack collapses, the loser's resources are wiped out, and the guild is disbanded. Passerby players flooded the live stream with barrage collapse, jealousy and fear. The rule of the abyss is scheduled, the black market prediction failure of the handle of the Cyclonus League is exposed, the critical strike of the level 24 sickle blade plus 250% is reduced to dust, Han Zhao's revenge projects a 1,000-man cavalry missile attack, and the Audio-Technica kneeling is hotly searched across the server. Morale is on the verge of collapse, the elite's engines stall and kneel down, collapse and cry, the air is filled with the stench of despair and the cold metal. At this moment, the blue light of the black market handle in Xiao Yi's palm flashed like a river of stars, and the terminal connection crystal predicted that the red-labeled Global Ultimate Shortcut peak was locked. He sneered in his heart and psychologically calculated the lightning. The abyss sends his head, and the black market rule is in full swing. On the surface, he gritted his teeth in despair and roared the full-frequency announcement: the Hurricane League finals are approaching. The ultimate mark of the underground network of the handle is, the guild's elite panel flashed with golden light, the soul of the sickle blade's critical hit plus 300% screamed loudly, and the engine surge rushed straight to the entrance of the final track. Individual passers-by live broadcasted from a distance with their eyes wide open and their legs weak. They screamed like crazy, ultimate prediction of the controller plus 3000%. Global hidden shortcut mark, Cyclonus League leads the way with 150,000% speed at level 24, and the Abyss Demon King kneels down to the myth. The barrage kneels and licks, the value is crushed 1,000 times, and the preliminaries' dominance continues to be invincible in the finals. The lava storm of the ultimate track started with a bang. The cracked magma spewed out like a river of blood. The stench of burning sulfur filled the nostrils. The purple flame wheel of the iron fortress of the Abyss Alliance rotated and cut through the rock wall and roared. The leader, the Abyss Demon King, had the best defense in the whole server. 25,000 speed and 90,000% roaring lock, Hurricane Alliance. Netherworld Ghost Fire 600 meters AoE deceleration by 99% plus lava collapse virus wave, the first level of Bloodbath was disbanded. But Li Xiu's intelligence war was disbanded. Green photoelectric snakes and thousands of pythons swarmed into the hacker's backfire, paralyzing the fortress's AI weaknesses, all exposed, and screaming with excitement and trembling, the ultimate weakness is locked. The Devil Core Crystal Red Mark, Virus Source Code Reversal plus Buff Peak. Shen Qingqing's prop library blueprint was activated, unlimited potion torrent was distributed, ultimate crystal speed explosion plus 1000% plus full immune debuff plus immortal body, the guild elite's health bar was always full, and the engine exploded at supersonic speed. The 800-meter mist in Luoli's aerial frost field freezes the lava with thousands of ice needles, and the beautiful eyes are firm and the fragrant wind roars, the resonance burst is super max. The wedding ring experience stack is opened x25, dodge plus 300% plus output torrent DPS transfer. Wedding ring gold the light zipper digital jumps wildly, dash 300000x40, Xiao Yi rushes out with a top speed of 160,000% shadow concealment and 99% suppression, and the Black Wind Sickle Blade Blue Arc Fusion Pulse Cannon sweeps away the Will-O-the-Wisp and shatters, cutting critical hit dash 500000x50. The chain of lightning penetrated the whole map, and the swarms of thousands of cavalry scythes were destroyed and rumbled. The Demon King of the Abyss turned pale and twisted, regretting and murmuring, impossible, the handle shortcut resource buff, the value is crushed 10,000 times, and the fortress armor is melted. The system announcement shook the sky, first kill in the first level of the finals. Cyclonus Alliance wins 1/3 in a row, reputation plus 10,000, mythical blueprint x50. The elite's eyes were red with admiration, and they knelt down and shouted in admiration, a wave of rapid destruction in 20 seconds. Level 24 leads the way at a rapid pace, and all the resources in the first level of the Abyss are plundered, crystal stones plus 5,000. In the second level, the boss team of the Abyss Ghost Rider is projected with thousands of people. Han Zhao's Remnant Party, Han Iron, Han Blade, Han Ing, Han Yu's Resurrection Party's Iron Cavalry engine roars with sand and lava mixed with bloody heat waves that scald their lungs. Their purple remnant armor is distorted and their faces are livid. The leader of Han Foam roars Xintian, Revenge of Blood Debt. Virus Missile plus Grappling Hook Chain plus EMP Minefield Attack, chop Xiao Yi into pieces. The guild elite heard this and screamed in panic, their legs weakened, revenge of thousands of people and full server resurrection. Anti-15,000 speed 60,000% small boss fleet, debuff minus 95% bloodbath. But Shenqingqing's unlimited potion speed explosion plus 1100%, Li Xiu's green light backfired and paralyzed the python, the chain buzzed and broke. Luo Li's mist concealed in the air and dived into the rain of ice arrows, -400000x50, the healing torrent continued continuously, Xiao Yi's black market storm charge and black wind resonance fusion sickle blade instantly killed him in a wave, -600000x60. Pulse energy plus 700% full penetration, Han Feng's health bar was cleared, light particles scattered and collapsed, screaming, Han Xiao, the legacy is severed, the controller has no solution for predicting. The system announcement exploded, boss fleet is completely destroyed. Han Zhao's remnant party is completely destroyed, resources plus ultimate crystal X10 plus virus source code permanent. The elites knelt down and worshipped, their crazy eyes bulging, God's rebellious killing. Vengeance of thousands of inner ghosts self-destruction, the Cyclonus Alliance's value is capped and invincible. In the third level, the final king fights the peak of the sky. The Abyss Alliance's main fortress, thousands of cavalry, suppresses the Netherworld's ghost fire. The 800-meter range deceleration is 99.9% plus the ultimate collapse of the lava sea. The second form of the Demon King has a health bar of 8 million and roars, kneel down. All server resources return to the Abyss. There is a wave of ridicule on the public screens of the entire server, the luck of the Cyclone League's second consecutive victory. The final king debuff has no solution, level 24 is gray. However, the ultimate red mark on Xiao Yi's handle is locked to hide his heart weakness. The whole picture of Li Xiu's intelligence was illuminated with green light, heart exposed. Hacker paralyzed 99%. Shenqingqing's potion Hongfeng, speed plus 1200% immortality plus output x5, Luo Li's wedding ring buzzed and upgraded with a dazzling golden light, handsome guy, experience unlimited stacking x30 cap. Eternal oath in the air, resonance DPS torrent. Guild elite panel flash level 25 synchronization, speed 180,000% output plus 400% sickle critical strike plus 350%. The thunder engine of Xiao Yi's falcon chariot is fully activated, the black wind sickle blade and blue arc are like a tornado, and the shadow is 99.9% hidden and flashes into the core, super speed kill, 1000000x100. Pulse chain lock plus cutting fusion destruction, the Demon King's fortress collapsed suddenly, the lava fountain stench rose to the sky, the health bar was cleared, and the system's full spectrum of glory poured out, National War Finals champion. The Black Market Storm Alliance dominates the entire server, the experience BUFFX30 is permanent, the total amount of crystals is 50,000 plus all global resources are returned, and the reputation of the guild is at its peak. The smoke has cleared, the celebration lights are brightly lit in the sky, the aroma of crackling barbecue in the bonfire is mixed with the alcohol of victory, and millions of elite engines stop and kneel down to worship. The sound is loud, President Iron Triangle myth. Level 25 speed 180,000% sickle shadow instant kills are capped across all servers, the black market of handles dominates the resource peak, Han Xiao is destroyed forever in the abyss, we are the kings. Li Xiu shouted excitedly, the green light of the intelligence panel was always stable, brother, the weaknesses of the whole map are permanently locked, and new map predictions are opened. Shenqingqing's pretty face turned red. Red Panting distributed the mythical blueprint see you in reality. The guild's official screen was filled with golden light, and the unofficial crowd's eyes were red with jealousy. All server resources have returned to the Alliance, with a 1000% numerical lead, and the Guangzhou Alliance will always dominate. Hot Search Peak, Iron Triangle Legend, National War Rules Black Market Guangzhou. The second wave of lava river ghost fire slowed down by -95%. The remnants of Han Feng's claw hooks and chains were entangled with millions of buzzing sounds. He roared and threw missiles at the red tail. Purple Flame General Attack, the resources are not yours. The roadblock was destroyed. Guild Elite Missile Mass Fire CD, 80% explodes and rumbles into the sky, Luo Li's resonance treatment reaches full DPS torrent, -150000x20, Li Xiu's virus backfires and paralyzes the remaining party's AI. The red line of Han Feng's health bar was only 5%, and his voice was trembling and he screamed in despair, guild buff expansion, experience sharing. In the afterglow of the virtual celebration, Xiao Yi's soul mark resonates and is connected to reality. Luo Li's real projection emerges with the soft light of the cafe. Her long hair is shawl and her red lips are slightly curled. The real fragrance blows on her face. Her jade hand touches the wedding ring and the golden light buzzes. Game rule, real date, wait for us in the next domain.